Hello, and welcome to the Unbelievers Podcast, bonus episode, video bonus episode. It's me, Russ, or they call me
Russell Ryan. I said his name backwards.
And I'm joined as always by Drea Mora. Hello, Drea.
What up, Ryle? How's it going?
It's going great. And surprise, late entry, a run-in. It appears that our boy, Mr. Rob Oakey, might be here. Is he here? We shall see. I'm going to leave that a mystery for
He's
now.
turned gray. Oh, no.
Oh, no, indeed. But yes, here we are. Oh, I'll see if he's coming in. I wasn't expecting Mr. Robin here tonight, but this would be cool if it is. How are you doing tonight, Drea?
I'm doing all right. I don't know. I haven't been getting much sleep. It's been a lot of, I have this new job that I didn't really get to mention, but it's really, really difficult. It's challenging. So yeah, I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Drea's out there killing it and working it. And, but you're here for the bonus episode, and this is fun. We're actually kind of doing this live. I don't know. I kind of announced it just tonight, but this is going out, of course, as a bonus episode. I tried to do a different thing. I know I've tried it before. I'm going live on the Patreon with like a hidden YouTube video, because last time I did that, I ended up playing videos that YouTube didn't like, and it screwed up our thing. But I think we're safe tonight. I think we're all good tonight because I want to talk about something. This is kind of the inspiration for this. I had a really cool find recently at a used bookstore. And look, you got to look at this thing. I got this big hardcover Reader's Digest book called Into the Unknown.
Ooh.
This is gigantic book. It's got everything. It's got giants for you Rob types. It's got like witches and occult stuff for you Drea types. And for me, I did some unlearning on rods, and I found out there is actually more on rods. So if you've been asking yourself, wait, where is it?
There will be more on rods.
Okay.
No.
Is there any new information on rods?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Yes, there is. And I was surprised to find it. So I'm going to do a little book reading now because it is a great chapter in here called Dowsing's Inexplicable Success. Oh, I'm starting off great. I haven't done a good
You're doing
reading
terrific.
It is. Yeah. I got a nice low light. I got nice terrible eyes. So I'm ready to do a nice little reading into this.
Oh God, I forgot that you get your little glasses.
We're good. So I'll get into it. At first sight, wrote Sir William Barrett, professor in 1897 at the Royal College of Science in Dublin, quote, "Few subjects appear to be as unworthy of serious notice and so utterly beneath scientific investigation as that of the divining rod." But even as he wrote this, Barrett, a sometime skeptic, was in the process of becoming a convert to the mysterious art. At the urge of a colleague, he had undertaken a scientific study of the ancient practice of dowsing in, as he put it, the spirit of reluctance and even repugnance, and with the hope that he would soon consign the whole subject to that, quote, limbo large and broad, since called the paradise of fools.
The fuck is he saying?
I don't know. He's comparing it to a paradise of fools, but instead what he found both astonished and baffled him. He was particularly impressed by the work of a dowser named John Mullins, who in 1899 had been, oh God, this is when the eyes go. He had been hired by the Waterford Bacon Factory to locate underground water, and was in and he found it. He went along with this guy. I can paraphrase a little bit because I've read this. He kind of went along with this guy, and he found that this guy could find water using divining rods. And there's a long, of course, history of divination and dowsing, as you know. And you know a fair amount about dowsing. I would ask.
I mean a fair amount in that I know what it is, and I can recognize when I see dowsing rods. I know what they look like. And Rob sent me a set of dowsing rods once.
Is that true?
Yeah.
You've got Rob rods for dowsing.
Yeah. No, Rob sent them to me.
That's great. No, that's awesome.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just heard it wrong. But yeah. It totally found water.
It did.
Yeah. I mean, there was, yeah.
Well, that was one of the things I was impressed about this, because I don't, is someone who like is claimed to be all into rods and championing rods, I completely ignored dowsing rods, which have been right in front of my face, could have been flying in my face this whole time. And I wouldn't have even known it, but I'm happy. We are going to do a nice deep dive into this, because these rods, these magic rods, I guess is the shorthand for them, these divining rods, they can do more than just find water. I found out there was a story about of someone who used divination in like the early 1900s to solve a murder. And
What?
ended up he dowsed, and he was able to ask questions about it, and it led him to like 2 towns over to find a guy who was related to the crime, and this crime was solved.
And so they
dowsing.
credit the dowsing rods and not like maybe the person was psychic or maybe the person had something to do with the murder and was like, oh yeah, it's this guy. Watch, my dowsing rod's going to show you the fucking murderer.
I think it's more the connection to the actual person. And that's why, a lot of people like it is, tightly associated with psychic ability and things like that and metaphysical things. So it is, yes, definitely has to do with the person. Maybe that guy could have won some kind of prize for doing that. We don't know.
Yeah. But he could have found it using like, I don't know, potato.
But he didn't. He used this method of these rods. So I needed to learn more, and we're going to learn more too. And if you haven't unlearned anything about dowsing with rods, get ready, because we are going to just take a quick little starter course here. This is the beginning guide to dowsing from the Metal Detecting Skills School. So this must be some kind of accredited association, the Metal Detecting Skills School.
Serious.
And this is some serious. So we're going to learn now. Let's learn about
today. I'm going to have a little talk about something a bit different, but it can be used to help you find buried treasure.
Already, if this guy's voice starts on the video, I'm like, I'm listening. What do you got? And he's got 2 big rods in his hand.
Too, yeah.
All right, I know you hate when I pause it, but I won't do it again. Here we go.
Help you find buried treasure, shall we say. Okay, a lot of people are not going to believe in this, but I am a believer, and you need confidence in it too. We're talking about dowsing. Now, dowsing's always been used to find water, underground pipes and things like that.
Yeah.
And if you practice at it, you can become good at it. I'm not saying it'll work for you every time, but it's a bit of fun and it's adding another dimension to your hobby.
I want this hobby. Immediately from watching this, I'm like, where is this big field?
Rods are already your hobby, so I mean, you'll be a natural. You're used to handling so many rods.
I feel like I am. And this guy seems totally peace. And he's just like, man, if you want to get into something that's actually like chill and you might find something. We're going to get into more. I love the idea that you can just go find stuff with these things. And it's, of course, very controversial. But this guy, he's a believer. And he runs the Metal Detecting Skills School. He's used to detecting stuff with technology.
Is this Professor Metal? Oh, my God.
No, is it?
So my dowsing rods are made out of aluminium. They're about 20 inches long and about 6 inches down on the bend. A lot of people put big biro pens on there or made out of wood, but I'd suggest if you're new to dowsing, keep this really, really simple.
Sky News 9
aluminium rods, 5mm wide, 20 inches by 6 inches, and you're there. So, okay, how do you start down?
Yeah, you heard him? He's like 6 inches and then you're there. He's keeping it modest for his rods.
Yeah, he's trying.
I like this guy. I want to learn more. This is like a little beginner course, though. This is good.
Dowsing, what's the first things you need to do?
All right. Oh, shit. And of course, look, if you're forming association, I couldn't believe that. All right, look, this is going to be a forever screen for me. So this is great. This is the first thing you need to do. You got the beat and everything.
There. So, okay, how do you start dowsing? What's the first things you need to do? To start dowsing, you need to form an association with the rods. Now, to form an association with the rods is asking questions. It's probably not going to work Rod? If you're around a crowd of people.
Are you there?
Or you're in a noisy environment. Here, we're nice and quiet, we're chilled out. So,
there's no one here to bully us and be like, what do you do with those metal sticks, old man? I love this.
Aluminium rods, 5mm wide, 20 inches by 6 inches, and you're there.
Yeah, that's damn right.
No, that's those are pretty sizable, I think. I don't remember the size of the ones that Rod Oakey sent, but
speaking of Rod Oakey, he can back that up. Let's get Rob in here. Rob, we are talking about you and you're giving Drea rods, divining rods. How are you doing this evening? Welcome, Rob Oakey.
I don't even remember. That must have been like a Christmas present or something.
Yeah, it was like I don't know, 3 years ago or something.
Definitely was not these. These
No,
look like
those-
they would cost you some money if you ordered these on Amazon. These are not like the $19.99. These are $40.
But they're aluminium. Isn't aluminium like cheap?
Aluminium rod.
Aluminium rods, they are. But I got to ask
No.
you, these rods that were given to you, I got to ask,
You need to form an association with the rods.
so did that association happen?
I failed to do that. We
I don't even know where they are.
A little
How do
club,
you-
but
What are you supposed to do with them?
Oh, you'll find out, Rob, because I'm
association.
so happy you are here. Thank Rod you were here. Let's get into it more. This guy's going to teach us about, we're talking about divining. We are talking about dowsing rods. And this guy is our teacher. So you're here just in time to learn how to dowse.
Thumbs on the top of the rods, a nice grip on the hands. The first question we ask is,
What that thing at me?
what way would you go for the answer yes? And as you can see, my rods are crossing. Open. What way would you go for the answer no? And as you can see,
Shoot us.
you only need a little bit of movement, but no is opening up. So now I've worked.
So yes means no. Opening up is
Yeah.
no. And this, okay, all right.
no, I have heard about that kind of a thing where you establish a connection with whatever tool you're using, if it's some kind of like divining tool. So pendulums, I think, was the one where you're supposed to like hold it really still where it's not moving, and then you ask it like questions that you know are true or false, and then see which way it goes. And so you're calibrating it. But also there's such thing as micromotor skills. I think that's what they're called. Not skills.
We'll get into that. I'll say that word.
I think it's very interesting that there are all of these different tools where like there's a level of trust involved where like you have to kind of trust the person who's using them, that they're not faking it. It's almost like a Ouija board kind of where like, you know, when everybody's doing the Ouija board and one person is making it move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much of this, I feel like we can almost
I
have
trust this guy. This guy's
tournament.
fine.
We can almost have a tournament of different bullshit objects against each other. Like,
hold on a second. That's
I
up for
like
debate.
that.
That's what's up for debate tonight. Yeah, if you're gonna call these bullshit objects, we're just learning how to use these rods now. Let's go on the journey, and by the end of it, maybe we'll definitely want to slam them.
Out an association with my rods. They're a personal thing. Always.
I don't know why I didn't clip that. I did clip this though.
I'm surprised you
And
didn't.
as you can see, my rods are crossing.
My rods are crossing. That's a code word for something.
I think I know exactly what that's code for.
Choose the same rods. Don't make things complicated by putting big pens in there or using bits of wood. Just start off with something comfortable,
cork
like
on
I
'em.
said earlier. Right, the second thing we ask is, now we've got yes and no, second thing we ask is, can I douse today?
No.
And my rods are clearly going. As you can see, crossing. My rods are crossing. And you can see the wind is actually blowing them to that side,
And they're still.
but they're still working, open.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
I
win for the
can
rods
douse
right
today. So now we've got to be very picky on the questions we're asking. Will it allow you to find buried treasure and make yourself a millionaire? Probably not. So you've got to ask roundabout questions.
All right, all right.
For example,
Every time you hold them up, I think like Yosemite Sam. Wait.
is there any buried silver? Oh, let's stop the wind. Is there any buried silver in this field? There is buried silver in this field. My rods are crossing. Good.
He's like, yes. Why do you start so low though? You'll be like, are there diamonds here? Is there, he's like, is it silver? And he explains, yeah, anything. There's lots of stuff is made of silver.
Can you point me towards the nearest buried silver?
God, I want to party with this guy so bad. Oh,
See how
look.
both the rods are pointing in that direction? That's where we're going to walk.
Yeah, so he's finding some silver, Rob. He asked it, is there any silver? And
And as you can see, my rods are crossing.
so on we go. Hey, welcome back.
Just
And we're
keep
going over here.
concentrating
He's
about buried
like-
silver. And the rods have
Rob is
crossed.
not having
Look
it
what happens
tonight.
when I step back. The rods open. The rods are crossed. Now I'm going to walk forward, see what happens to the rods. They've opened.
Oh,
So,
So if you're just
We
listening, he
know
is like on a
around
great
this
like
area
English
is
countryside. It's the
silver.
most idyllic scene ever. And no wonder he wants to be alone. Yeah, he does look kind of silly doing this, even though I guess I don't mind. But he did say you need confidence to be a diviner, a rodder.
yeah. You can't go about it all. I don't know what the proper term is. I was going to use a word that's probably just going to get us all canceled, but you can't be wishy-washy. You have to know exactly what you want or what you're thinking of. And if you get confused, how are you going to get a good answer?
I want some silver. Give me the silver. I'm going.
right, buried silver.
All right, he
That
found it.
doesn't mean that we're going to find buried silver there.
Well, what does it mean?
Unfortunately, there's more questions to ask.
And those rods just want to
First of all,
And this is the thing that got me. Now, I know I've always wondered, like, all right, I've seen the things and you're looking for water. I didn't know you were just like, hey, metal sticks, where is this water? Where are we getting this at?
Yeah, I was confused about that also. At first, I was thinking, how does it know what silver is? How does it know English? But then I thought about,
Right.
because I've never heard about asking the questions of it. I thought that certain metals or whatever were just naturally drawn to them. So you just hold them without talking to them. And they aren't intelligent things. It's like a magnetic thing. That's what I thought.
That's what I thought too. That it was like it was feeling things. I didn't know it was much more of like a psychic connection kind of thing. And this guy seems like he's from a metal detecting school. He's like, well, this is actually if you actually have to ask your metal rods questions, and it's gonna take you where to go. But there is a catch. You're not gonna be a millionaire ever.
are we on top of the buried silver?
My school.
Look,
Yeah, we are. Open.
boom. Oh,
Look at that.
so
Right.
he controls these
Is
things
the
like
buried silver
like open.
more than
Like, all
1
right.
meter deep? Crap. Open.
This makes him look like the most talented psychic ever because he could just say open and they're like, and they go back. This is great.
It's definitely not his thumbs, but yeah,
Is
that
the
could
buried
No.
silver
talking about.
still there? Yes.
Booyah.
Open.
Fucking booyah.
Now, the
It's
reason why I
there.
asked that question is because there may have been buried silver there 1,000 years ago, but it's not there anymore.
Well, that's
So you've just got to try and nail down and eliminate what's there. So by asking questions, you can get a better picture. So we know that buried silver is more than 1 meter down.
okay. So wait, what
You
are we
know
doing
that.
about it? Are we going to get like some kind of excavator truck or a crane or
Look,
a
he's just
shovel?
about finding where it's at, not about digging it. He's like, okay, that's your guys' shit.
It's here. Shit, it's way too deep. I could never get it. Is it you
Walks
just
away.
keep going? Is it 10 miles underground? Fuck. God damn it.
I wasted my time. This seems familiar. I don't know if it's just the countryside. It's probably just another English guy talking about something. I don't know, the pseudoscience.
It looks like the trailer for that movie Toys, like Robin Williams standing in a field. Never mind.
I don't know.
That's
Oh,
just a very stupid cut. I'll move
Is the
on.
buried silver more than 2 meters down? Well, that's the answer for no.
All right, we're breaking it down.
Is the buried silver
1.7?
more than 1.5 meters down? It's not moving, so I'm guessing it's about there. So,
All right, so we know exactly where this buried silver is now. Case closed. I'm not bothering to get it.
it could be there,
yeah.
it could be next to iron, it could be something completely different to buried silver. It could be a silver chain off a tractor or whatever. It's just
a
the
fancy
questions you've got
tractor.
to ask. But trust me, I found Roman coins using this method and it surprised me. You may try dowsing and not be able to do it. Don't give up, keep trying.
Okay.
One day you will form an association with these rods and then you can progress. But have confidence in it. It is a confidence thing. Now, you're going to think this is a little bit mumbo jumbo,
No.
but I'm going to tell you this for your own safety. I know people who have doused and felt very, very ill.
Did you know a man died in prison for discussing this?
I'm just
Now,
curious. Like,
Yeah. Okay. This
people that
is a
think
weird
they have
warning. 'cause
metal in their stomach.
It kind of goes against what he initially said. He initially said, don't if it doesn't work for you, fine, just do it again. All right. Hey,
Yeah.
Rob, you're here.
Just keep
Just-
it rolling. Pretend I never left.
Yeah.
Okay. You're good.
very, very ill. Now, if you try dowsing and you feel really tired or really ill or faint, put them down. Don't try them again, because dowsing's not for you. I really don't know the full ins and outs about dowsing, but what I can tell you is it works. I'm just at the amateur stage. I'm happy with that. I don't want to progress anymore, but it's worth a try, and it's a bit of fun too.
Okay. So yeah, thank you very much for the what is the metal detecting skills school. I like how he's the most unambitious dowser ever. He's like, I've got the beginner stage. That's enough for me. I'm good. I got it.
How did he find all these fields to stand in? Where does this guy live?
He's got to be. He's either British or Australian. I don't know. It's hard to tell with that
like
accent.
England to me, but I've never been.
It does. Yeah. It does. All right, so now we've got kind of our introduction. We know what dowsing is. We know it must be super easy, but you might get sick. Which I was like, wait, you could get sick from dowsing? Like, wouldn't you be a great dowser?
Rods, I guess.
Why would it just? That's very strange.
Too much energy channeling through you, possibly.
Oh, actually, that's a really good point. That's a
not
good
designed. Not designed for a normal man.
No, you got to be a rod man.
Yeah,
and as you can see, my rods are crossing.
That's good news for him. He loves that.
He's breaking Ghostbusters 101 rules. You never cross fucking streams.
He's crossing his streams, and that's good for him. He loves it. Because he's at the point.
You need to form an association with the rods.
Not the band. Those guys are probably crazy assholes.
What's he looking for? I forgot what he's looking for.
So you can look for water.
He asks for.
Yeah, he was looking for silver. In particular in that, but he said you can ask for anything. You could look for concert tickets, or I don't know, money, or anything, buried panties, whatever is out there.
My mind just imagines someone like crack, and then they're just like on the sidewalk talking to a drug dealer.
Dad?
People would already assume you're a crackhead if you're walking down the street with a couple of pieces of metal in your hands. So if it works, it works.
Hey, some people might feel threatened and just give you all of their silver.
Yeah, it's true.
Try
walk around with antennas, fucking pointing out from swinging around all over the place. No one
head dowsing. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, no one understands.
All right, so look, now we've kind of got an intro. We've taken 101 from a teacher who doesn't even want to learn what we're going to learn next. So we're about to leave that dude in the dust because he doesn't want to know anymore. He doesn't care anymore. We're going to learn the history of water dowsing with From Below. From some channel called Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. This is true, and this is the history of water dowsing. And people who douse are pretty chill folk, I'm learning. So let's get some more dowsing.
They look so dumb when they do it, though.
Joe Biden out dowsing tonight.
Like, you put it at your nipples height. You just got to walk around like you're Madonna.
So here we are. This is, of course, the channel. What is it? Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. And they teach us about dowsing for some reason, history, and the breakdown. Here we go.
Today we're visiting with Paul Detweiler. Now, I met him a couple weeks ago. We were doing a Dutch oven seminar up in Maysville.
Wait, what? I'm sorry.
Okay, it's not just me. Yeah, I forget how immature we all are. That's great.
No, it's not even that. This might actually be. They don't elaborate on it any further, as we can hear. They might have actually been all getting under the covers, farting on each other. And that's not my kind of humor.
No. Kitchen. They were definitely at least farting in the kitchen. But
I don't think you need to take a seminar for that. I think you could just kind of do that. I think there is a route to the joke.
To it.
Well, that's your hubris, Rob. You think you know everything about farting under blankets. Just you never know what you could learn from the greats.
That is true. I mean, look at these guys. Look at their whole setup here, by the way, before we really get into it. This is the most American shit I've ever seen in my life. Like,
oh yeah, there's a log table, like a folded, like there's probably I expect like just a circle of stars on that flag. That's an old school flag.
Aren't those like tools for like
smithing? Yeah, they're like smithing
horse feet.
Yeah, I see like the horse like currying thing, I think.
And everything is just made out of wood.
No, that looks like something you would lather, like they're going to get a fresh shave back there, too. Who knows? No, probably not. But all right, well, let's hear about this. They went to the Dutch oven convention. I'll pull it back. Let's get in.
Detweiler. Now, I met him a couple weeks ago. We were doing a Dutch oven seminar up in Maysville for an old buddy of mine. That was a fun little deal. It was. And you came up and talked to him. And we got talking about
it was gay, obviously. All right.
He said, have you ever had anybody on your show that does
How about the one
divining. Now,
above?
there's different names of this. People call it witching for water, divining, dowsing. What are some other names they might call it?
That's the three primarily ones. However, I'd like to distinguish a little bit. Water witching is basically just finding water. Divining, you're asking questions. It's more like a Ouija board type thing, and that I don't do. Right. The dowsing
He doesn't do
is
that.
letting the wires
Yeah,
do
we
what
don't
they
do
want to do freely,
His rods
then
are
interpreting
crossing.
what those wires are telling you.
Up by your
So if you look
nipples,
this
dude. What
up-
are you doing? Form. Keep your
That's
He's got his own
that's where the
form,
power
look.
You
comes out
need
of.
to
Yeah.
form an association with the rods.
And his association is putting them way up
With
here.
his
He's-
nipples,
it's-
yeah.
It's all about posture. You know, life is like 90% posture. I think the rest is just like, as long as you're standing up straight and you're like going through the motions properly, you're doing good. You know what I mean? And
It's true. It's the way
got-
the way you carry yourself, and it commands it. It is an energy thing.
he's
So
got
right.
it down by his waist. Like he's quick drawn with these dowsing rods. And
Yeah, I
don't
think
it
that's
works
just
like that.
he likes that kind of energy, and he's happy at the level that he's at.
I like
Yeah.
that they separated it between like we have real dowsing and then we've got fake goo
Yeah,
bullshit.
he doesn't want to do anything with divination. He's like, I'm not out asking questions. I'm not some British asshole saying,
And as you can see, my rods are crossing.
he's not saying anything. He's not asking for anything. He's like, I'm just looking for water. That's all. I'm just looking for. And what's up with this other dude interviewing him? Why does he have this glove? Is he like a falconer? Like, what is that glove he's wearing? Like,
It kind of does look like he's gonna get it, like a bird's gonna land, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
it adds to the mystique of this shot, Rob. You're right.
That'd be so
He's got the
like,
fucking falconer.
a bald eagle lands on his arm in the middle of
Yep.
having this conversation. That would be amazing. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think he was smithing or something. You know, I think he just got done. He was working with something that was real hot in his hand. So he
Like Rod, yeah.
yeah, he was working
Yeah,
with a rod.
I built some new rods, and we're gonna bring them out. These rods are hot.
It was a hot
Is it,
rod.
is it
Years.
bad that I always think it's like
There's
a
all-
medical condition of me first?
What, with the glove?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, there must be something wrong with his hand.
Like it's a fake hand completely.
He was probably hitting baseballs or something before this. Who the fuck knows?
with
All
his
right.
hand.
That would be
Yeah.
funny. That would be
Just-
kind of funny. I don't know. I don't know. He's got a. Does he see? Have you watched all of this?
Yeah, the glove is never mentioned. I'm just gonna assume
Never
he's an
mentioned.
eagler or a falconer. That's it.
Also, the shorts. You knew you were doing an interview. I get
Yeah,
it's
bro.
probably warm out, but like you're going to be doing a sit down interview where they're going to be shooting you
Those are
full
ball
body.
sack shorts. Yeah, yeah.
Wear
yeah,
blue jeans and a blue shirt like a normal guy. Oh wait,
Have some dignity and put on a pair of pants because right now you're sharing like only your girlfriend or boyfriend or partner, whatever you are.
Your
whatever you like.
intimate associations. your
They're the
intimate
only
body
ones who should
association.
see that
Yeah,
much of
tan
your
legs.
legs ever.
All right. Well, let's get into it more because they're about to go. They're going to go deep with the rods.
Kinds of people that want to discount it and so on and so forth. But if you really go back and look in this, 15th, 16th century, the depictions of these people, what is more important to man today or yesterday than
Hello.
finding a source of water? That it's the very source of life.
What's going on there?
Yeah, it
You
looks like
can
he's
live
gonna
without food for
go
a
to
couple
town.
weeks. Without water,
Vaccinated.
you're going to perish. So they had these guys out way back when. They had their little uniforms on. They had it looked like a mining uniform a lot of times, and they would
A
go
rod
out and they were a
outfit.
trusted source to find water. I think there's something to this. I know the body's electric. There's a lot of things we
It's
don't
electric.
understand.
Yep.
What are your thoughts?
though.
How does this work?
I
Sounds
know
dumb,
there's
but
something
true.
to it because I've been doing it since 1974.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Oh.
thought 1874.
I thought
clearing
2174. He was a
Yeah.
fucking future man who came back to teach us how to find water.
Really, really glad he
1770.
clarified that.
Before a lot
Get
of
it?
people have even been bored. But I'm wanting to let people know more about this because it's a dying art.
that's what I hate.
People are
For a reason.
skeptic because it's not electronic.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But even back in Egypt,
Yep.
in the old days of the kings,
Boom! Look at that.
they have on the walls where there's been people with the stick, the Y stick,
Right.
which they were hunting for water back then.
I
You
don't know,
can't
man. It
tell
looks
as
like a
much
dress.
with the Y stick. The L rods, what we call
Yeah,
them,
that's L rods.
you can tell more. It
L
can
rods,
give you
Hubbard.
more
I
signal.
was just thinking of
Yeah, exactly.
John Law taught me because at that point in time I was a journeyman plumber and needed to learn how to find the sewer pipe that's underground.
I could have been
Hold on,
doing
Rob,
this
I got
the whole
something for you.
time.
Oh no, all kinds of things. We can find septic tanks and I can tell you which side, how wide the pipe is. It'll pick up the
Which
width
side
of the
has more
pipe,
shit in it?
even though it's plastic.
So the wires
So I'm
that
gonna
you use,
ask
what
you-
are they made out of?
Rob, if you would have stayed in the plumbing profession, you probably could have used this, right? Like you could have found septic tanks and pipes and known how deep they are. It seems like an actual, but there. I want to ask you, there's actual technology that does that, right? That is way easier than, as we can see here, it looks like coat hangers, right?
Okay, well, I'll explain it like this first. Usually, anytime I would have to be going to a cesspool, most of the time they'd be full. And when a cesspool's full, you can kind of see there's like a ring around the area where like the cesspool's at. So like, I don't need dowsing rods to show me where that is most of the time. Also, yeah, I know, I feel it. And also there's a probe that you can just use to just walk around the yard and just stick into the ground, which is just really effective and like quick. Whereas like I feel like dowsing it, you could just end up walking around the yard for like whoever who knows how long it's going to take you to find it. Doing it with these things, maybe it'll lead you there eventually, but like,
Well, but you got to make
need
sure
to
that.
form an association with the rods.
And as you can see here, look, they give us a little seminar. Like this is something you could whip up. See this? This is just 2 coat hangers. You can do as rods. And I'm not gonna lie, today I took 2 coat hangers and I got dowsing rods. Look, I just made these this afternoon. If you know
how did it get all bent already? Or would that happen when
look,
you were
they're coat
creating them?
hangers. I was watching Alice.
Theirs are very straight though. Look at how straight theirs are.
Yeah, what did you do? Oh, you unbent them and you made the gigantic version. You ambitious slut.
Look, these rods are huge, okay? But I did make some. I haven't messed around with them very much. I'm gonna learn more and do it.
Dude, there's
but I
water
did ask
all
things.
over the place. You're getting a lot of activity on those things right now.
So I'm just sitting at my desk. I'm gonna ask: is there an Apple product on this table? Oh wait, holy shit! Look,
I think
look,
you should
look.
full screen yourself for
As
this.
you
I
can
think
see,
you should be,
Yeah, you should.
my rods are
you should be
crossed.
larger for this, Russ.
My
I
rods
think
have
we should
crossed.
be able
Okay.
to see you larger. I think
if we
the,
can do it
the
like this.
listeners and the viewers, anybody, they want to see you doing this.
All right, let's see. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I guess I could do it like this. Okay. Is there an organized a desk underneath me? They're gonna go in the other way.
Oh, it's
All right.
unorganized.
All right. Is there a bunch of bullshit in here?
There's only one way to really test these things. You need.
I'm
to
not moving. I'm not moving. And they fucking.
We're gonna need an
And as you
unbiased
can see,
subject.
my rods are crossing.
My rods are crossing.
An
So I'm gonna.
unbiased-
We're gonna need an unbiased subject, something like an infant child.
I did that earlier. That was my first test because I just made these today. It was just me and Alice hanging out.
You did.
I made these while I was hanging out with Alice, but earlier they brought us in and I said, "Is there a baby here?" And they went like turn to her every time.
Ew, really?
So there's something
That's
to,
weird, but
There's
okay.
something
I
to
wanted
these.
her to use it though. I wanted to see what would happen if you put them into her.
I'm not.
little
It's a little
hand.
later here. You guys are on the West Coast. A little later
It is
here.
probably kind of late there, but
Wake
maybe
her up.
tomorrow.
Wake her up,
after
it's
Started, it was
important.
just coat hangers.
No. Okay, well, I'll pause.
We don't
pause,
talk about babies and coat hangers in the same fucking sentence.
So as you can
Yeah,
see,
this
I
is
took the
Really
advice.
getting dangerous.
I followed this. So I've got my coat hanger rods. It doesn't take much work. You don't even need tools. You can just twist a coat hanger and break it. So I've got my divining coat hanger rods.
That's why yours look the way that they look.
Look, I'm still
You
haven't.
need to form an association with the rods.
It's only been a couple hours.
Look,
since
they're rustic. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean that pun. They're
Now-
That's
rustic.
pretty good though.
Here's might be a dumb question. See, I have a whole bunch of hangers I bought at the dollar store, the cheap ones, and they're so cheap that literally sometimes when I pull my shirt off of them, they just break.
I broke a hanger
They're
today,
so cheap.
taking the
And-
shirt out of a closet, a little plastic one.
Can I use plastic hangers?
No.
Plastic is soulless and just it's from the devil because it's got all kinds of chemicals in it and it won't lead you to anything but pharmaceuticals. But
Gotta be metal.
I think you
Maybe
could use-
aluminium
No.
or something like.
Aluminium rods.
I think anything that came from the earth you could use.
Did you guys talk about how, like, why do they add more letters to the word aluminum when they say it?
Aluminium rods.
They're
Okay.
just pronouncing it correctly. So
They
let's
literally add an
They just
extra,
been
like,
pranking us the entire
Right.
time.
there's a whole
This is
extra like,
inspiration.
system
Look.
to that version of the word.
Look, if sky rods are bullshit, who knows? Divining rods will always rule. I can. So these are my practice rods, and you can see they're going nuts.
Somebody's fucking eye out.
I know. I'm gonna fucking snap. Oh Jesus! I did just hit myself, you motherfucker. God damn it! See, you're projecting shit onto me now. I'm putting my rods down for now.
Well, that means those rods were very susceptible to Rob energy.
Well, that's why it's a video episode. The instinct, my eye closed, and it didn't hurt me. Fine.
That's good. That's good.
You wear goggles. Is that part of the seminar?
Can't give you
no spoilers. There is a guy later on who will be wearing goggles doing some dowsing. But so this is the ones he wants you to get. As you can see, he's going to talk about these. These are insulation supports that you can go buy at like Home Depot or something. Yeah, it's asbestos supporters. I wasn't going to take Alice with me to go buy asbestos supporters, so I was like, I'll just use coat hangers. I'm not going to buy this. But here we go. Let's learn about
that. And by the way, just before we get completely past it.
Yeah.
Dutch oven classes. Tons of
totally glossed over. That's why we needed to talk about it. He's like, we met at that Dutch oven seminar. He's like,
entire seminars on them.
There's a whole the Northwest Dutch Oven Society.
I don't want anything to do with that.
A cooking and camping club that offers training seminars, demonstrations, and workshops. Specifically on Dutch oven cooking.
I don't want to get anyone. All right, cooking. Yeah, they put that in here. But they didn't say anything about cooking. Like, we just went to a Dutch oven seminar. He's like, boy, we made friends there, didn't we? He's like, oh.
Just a whole, imagine that. It's just a whole convention center filled with
one long bed.
Just a whole bunch of beds. And there's just two men in each bed. And they're just holding each other, farting under it. Like, dude, what a great day.
Try this position.
We've gotten past the farting stage. Let's get into holding rods together. And you better hold them up here like you're going to pull your top up or something. And then, wait, who's this guy?
I got to be the first fairy godmother.
That was just very random. Anyway, pee-pee.
Wow. Yeah, I thought I recognized that.
You're dropping.
These are supports for insulation between floor joists.
I used to play with these at work all the time. I did a lot of.
You know those things?
I realized. Yeah, I never realized. I actually did a lot of dowsing, but it was really just for very short periods of time when I was on the job site, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. I was just carrying these things around.
This guy's carrying a lot around, including these. His rods are tiny. Mine are huge, man.
These aren't even. They're not designed for
this.
Yeah, they look like sparklers. Like his are tiny as shit. Like,
there's a whole insulation up inside of the ceiling. That's really their main design.
Yeah, and they're shitty. Coat hangers are better. They're thicker. They're longer. You can do more with them. They're bent for her pleasure. I don't know.
4 inches hold in your hand.
What would you say to the people out there who would say, "Oh, that's bunk"?
Wait for that hawk to fly in and go on his arm.
It happens.
Like that.
And I'll hand them on to other
He's
people.
Got a robot arm.
Go, I don't know about this.
Hope so.
Oh, he's like a cyborg.
I want to see this in action. I saw a little bit last time.
It doesn't move though. That's why I'm starting to think.
All right, Paul, show us the.
Yes, he's
off camera now. All right, he's gonna show us though.
Huge setup cost-wise.
Whoa, that was actually cool. From 1-2. Look, he was like, you want to see some slick rods?
You're so easily impressed.
You think I got one here? Yeah, but why?
Look, huge setup cost-wise to get started in this.
There's some online that are fancier. Maybe they're made of copper or whatever. There's people that say coppers are out to go. I found everything with these that I
Weird
didn't find.
music in the background.
Your whole thought process, follow that through.
You say fart process?
First of all,
he's thinking of the Dutch
you
oven
need to
convention.
have the wires very
Hey,
loose
hit the
in
like
your
button.
hands
No, you don't need to.
so that they're free to
bonus
to roam where they want. You bring them up
on that.
so that they're parallel to the ground and straight ahead.
All right.
And then you just let the wires do their thing. And
they were
right there we've
got
wires. It crossed.
So what does crossed mean?
Literally, you see
Yes. Crossing is when you're finding something that's like
crossing
a wire
is what
pipe,
you want.
and you know the difference between a wire and pipe just because there's a foundation.
Don't point this at me, please.
People are falling asleep.
Literally, like back there when I had what I call
right now.
His metal hand is tingling over there. He's like, I'm about to fuck.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's like one of those.
Winter Soldier him.
Like a villain or a superhero. He's just like, I have to keep it contained until it's battle time, and then just.
So I can just use this metal hand to find whatever I want.
It does kind of feel like he's gonna bang them together, and they're gonna spark, and he's gonna disappear.
That would actually be.
That would be
the most confusing thing that
amazing.
you could do.
I wish this video ended like that. You son of a bitch. It does not. It's almost done though.
And then it comes out and it crosses again, and you go
Wanna
back
poke you?
and hold it in the middle. And when they go out like that, you know you've got water.
You know what? This is very eye-opening, and I'm glad you came out and talked
Sure.
to us. And if somebody wants,
He doesn't want to use that right hand. That's a
I
left
think we should stop talking
handshake.
about it. I'm feeling real uncomfortable about it now. I'm 100%
I never noticed
I'm
that.
just saying I called it. It's a medical thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
you
it is.
gotta-
It is. All right, I feel bad now. I never realized he was.
But it would be. I mean, we didn't say anything bad. Just it would be cool if it was a falconer glove. But
I made a joke.
But he's
that
not
it
gonna
will
shake
not
his
off. I think
rod
it actually
hand.
is now.
He's holding the rod in his right
would
hand, though. He's
laugh.
not gonna grab his rod like, come here, let me shake.
Not the
it."
first time. Yeah, he's been through this before.
Aluminium rods.
to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
The phone number is probably the best.
Okay, this is great.
812-987-4119.
All right, I'll pause this, Rob. If you
They
want to call
also-
this number now, so this is
Oh.
underground locating services in Kentucky and Indiana, and we locate private utilities underground with divining rods. We are out there doing our dowsing. This is like a dowsing
have to use
hotline.
that boring of a background picture. Like, man,
Little
it has to be so
flags.
literal. Yeah, like, you know, if you also are including buried graves and caves would have made a fantastic
Oh,
image.
Graves and Caves. That's like a good podcast. Like, who knows? All right.
How does Graves and Caves go? Like, what's the intro like? Pretend you're doing the Graves and Caves podcast right now, Russ. How does it
Hello
start?
and welcome to Graves and Caves. I'm your host, Russell Graves, and I'm joined by.
What are you talking about on this show? What's happening on Graves and Caves? I can only imagine, dude.
Hang out this summer. Live
It's actually
stream.
about gravy, not. It's just short for gravy.
It's
yeah.
ironic. It's one of
It's
those.
a
ironic podcasts.
music podcast about Michael Graves and Nick Cave. It's
Oh.
Graves and Caves. It's
There
an
you
interesting
go.
show.
So
It's an interesting
particular.
show, so you shouldn't shit on it like I do and shit on shit. If anyone wants to call this number, yeah, 812-987-4111.
don't.
Okay.
Or maybe
don't.
not. Drea's on her phone. Just report that you've done some dowsing. You think there's some silver underneath the Starbucks in Lexington, Kentucky. There's some silver under there. Someone needs to get
Yeah,
it.
I'm actually ordering pizza. So.
All right, fine.
I'm just
This
kidding.
is over. He's doing his plugs. Hey, I love how this video is like, hey, do your plugs real quick. He's like, all right.
And what'sbelow.com, if they want to go on the web,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
Great.
Oh.
That was great. We never saw the other guy do any sort of dowsing, so I'm 100% sure that.
Right, that his academy, his fucking what did he call it? It was the academy, right? Of
No,
The first one was the
you may be
Metal
thinking of-
Detecting Academy.
are you
This was
thinking of the
something-
Northwest Dutch Oven Society?
Oh,
No, we're
I
not
might-
getting
no.
deeper. That's a whole nother rabbit hole we have to get in. There's the whole Dutch Oven Society.
I'd rather not. I'd rather stay outside
No,
of
we
that.
don't need to. I think we've covered.
We're not because now that we brought it up and we brought up with your plumbing thing, of course, that like, is dowsing more accurate than actual technology than locators and stuff. So this is a little competition.
Depends
This is
on what you're looking for.
a dowser versus a locator, and it comes in hot. Apologies.
be happening? Oh my god! I swear to God, I didn't do anything. It just crossed. It just crossed.
And as you can see,
Dowsing originated in ancient times and was treated as a form of divination. It is a type of divination used to attempt in locating groundwater, buried metals or ores, gemstones, oil, claimed radiations, grave sites, malign earth vibrations, and many other objects and materials without the use of a scientific apparatus. It is
Wow, that guy.
Yeah, something about that image. I did screenshot that at one point, but I don't have it up here.
I am not surprised at all.
I feel like he should be like the drummer in like fucking
I know.
R.E.M.
Put
Like,
himself
what?
down.
This dude feels he feels like the drummer in some sort of like a new age punk band or something. I don't know. Like I feel like this dude can really do a good like 16th note. on
He
the fucking hi-hat.
he started off with Richard Hell back in the day, but now he's just old.
He looks
also known as divining, doodle bugging, water
He's got it at nipple height and he is stoked about it.
So hold on, maybe we should change the name of the
Very
episode.
excited.
It's called divining and other, but doodle bugging. Listen to this, doodle bugging.
It is also known as divining, doodle bugging, water finding, or water witching. Today, we are going to be using this dowsing method to find underground pipes, and battle it out against modern technology. See which one will be victorious.
All right, here we go. This is the Jim Diggers tournament, Dowsing versus technology. I'll place your bets, folks. Rob, who do you think's going to win, technology or Dowsing?
Man, are we judging by the technique or by the people who are doing it? Because right now, I don't know.
Dowsing man is old. They said Dowsing was on the way out, and like there's like a super old man Dowsing and like a young guy with technology. This is a perfect example of this is a generational battle.
I just thought they were really, really weird names for wrestlers, but I think technology.
Jim Diggers, yeah, Hacksaw Jim Diggers out there. Oh, all right.
Versus technology.
He's gonna hit him with a 2x4 before.
Yeah, this is a rap battle. Actually, these two are about to get into it. My name is Dowsing, and on technology.
My name is Richard, and I'm sitting in the corner.
There's nothing about that guy that screams technology, so I'm going for Dowsing in this. I'm gonna grab my own
that
rod.
thing in his hand screams technology to me, dude.
I don't know.
You know how to use that?
Bedpan, but yeah.
You know how to use that thing?
From Fallout, like the Pip Boy.
He's got this kind of Pip Boyish. I don't know. It looks like one of those little things that you give, like you put like nuts and like chips in to give to a little kid so they don't spill it.
Oh yeah.
Here, get out of this thing, you little fucking idiot.
Travel lunch he's got with him for this old man who's on a very strict diet, probably. All right, never mind. No, he doesn't. He's Dowsing man. I'm all for Dowsing man. He's gonna win. Yes.
All right, let's have a crack. Let's see what these do. Elbows down against your side, pretty well straight. Don't grip them hard, nice and loose, so that they flop around.
Ooh, want those rods to flop
walk
around.
slowly.
I didn't clip that.
When you find something, they'll start to cross. I don't know why they cross or how they cross, but they just do.
And
what I've found, it's usually the back of my foot
across
is the line of where they are. All right, well, I'll mark it. So right here.
This is a heated battle.
There's something there. I don't know what it is, but there's something there. All right, give me a shot. Hold them nice and loose. Don't grip them with your finger. See? I'm still very skeptical.
What are you talking about, man? Your rods just crossed. He wasn't trying to do that, and it happened at that spot. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, he sees it moving, it crosses exactly. And he's like, I'm skeptical. I don't think these things can cross. Oh, they did it again? Yeah, I didn't see it.
All right, I like this. This is like in defense of Dowsing here.
They should have had them do it at the same time, right next to each other.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, see, that's a good control.
Because this feels like a setup. Like now,
he's got his own rods in his hand, though.
Gonna have like an issue with the machine or something, and then the guy's gonna be like, "See, you can't beat the old."
Oh yeah, and then the thing is, they're both in on it, and technology. He's only pretending to not believe in it.
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
let's watch him.
I might try it with the locator. I'm going to put the transponder on and see if it works.
Yes, I'm about to end your whole career, old man. Watch this thing.
So what's going on here? So I'm testing it electronically. We're clipped on the wire, so we should get an exact signal.
Probably like, I can take you, big boy.
So I turn the frequency down as I do it.
Come on, do something.
Nope,
it gives me an exact height.
Literal shit.
Yeah. So I'm showing 550 mil.
Okay,
and that's the line that it's in. Fair enough. Now, well, proof's in the pudding. We'll see.
Now let's get the big guy out to see who is going to be the final winner of this battle.
Oh,
that's the big guy.
What are we doing? We're gonna dig now. We're gonna shoot.
Yeah.
We're gonna shoot it with this.
So you might be familiar with this method. I think he's going to pressure wash the ground basically and kind of just mush things up and see if water comes up. This is the big guns.
Is that what they're looking for? Just water? I thought they're looking for like
I think they are. That's why they're not asking questions. They're not doing anything. This is a very water-based
they're
experiment.
Putting in a well or something, I'm guessing.
That could be.
He's like, I'm a lot cheaper than this technology. I have 2
coat
coat hangers.
Background.
2 coat hangers. I'm not even asking questions. guys were looking for a crack pipe, right? Is that what we were doing here? No, they found a
was
pipe,
cool.
Rob. He was
That was
right.
really cool. They just were like shooting the ground and sucking it and like, oh man, that was great.
It was disgusting and poop-like, and then vaguely sexual, and it made me very uncomfortable.
I'll never.
I
I did not.
aroused, but mostly uncomfortable.
Really gratifying when it just all of a sudden became a hole that was very deep and empty out of nowhere.
Damn it! I really want that thing of a blimp saying, "We got us a hole, boys." God damn it! I don't think I have it. God damn, it would have been.
They
perfect
found the
right
pipe though. They fucking found the pipe. So that's actually really cool. I've always wondered how they do it because I never had to do a lot of this sort of stuff. Instead of digging, because if they dug, they could hit it, chip it. If you're just shooting water down in the thing and sucking it out with a pipe,
should always
can't hurt
survive
anybody.
that.
You have to call it only before you dig. Yeah.
What if you could take to China with like one of those things? Like if
Someone is probably doing that. Elon Musk
going down, just constantly. Man, you would have to have a really long hose and a lot of pressure. But you can do it. You can do it. Let's do it.
A lot of hose, a lot of pressure. We could find pipe.
That's just life. A lot of hose, a lot of pressure.
Anybody has seen the movie Saltburn?
Thanks for watching today. I think the results are pretty clear.
Yeah,
The LED definitely found the winner. The winner was the locator, but the rods do work a lot better than I thought, to be honest.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed watching this video today. If you did, please press like and subscribe.
Hit the like button, everybody. Like and subscribe. So the Rod's kind of lost this one. All right, no, get out of here. So the Rod's kind of lost this one, but he gave him props at least. But yeah, you got to see some cool tech, Rob. I know you appreciated that. That was actually, but Dowsing, I guess it's hard.
Some good shit splatter action going on there. That was really entertaining. Yeah. Can we watch it again? No.
No, we're not. It is very satisfying.
Hours,
but I don't want to hear that noise again. You know what I mean? But
no, it was great.
So now we're getting to the point where, like, all right, people are kind of testing out dowsing and seeing if this is actually working or not. And I found another one. So I found a video and actually found a great YouTube channel, which is basically the people that run Skeptical Inquirer. The hardcore skeptics, they have their own YouTube channel and they do videos trying to test out.
I don't like the sound of them at all. Hardcore skeptics, they have a YouTube channel. What do they try to talk about? How certain things not real?
Well, they bring in someone here, and I'll give them a little bit of props. They're it's kind of like Mythbusters, but more towards the paranormal take. And their channel is called Skeptalab. They have a show called Skeptalab, and they bring in celebrities. Well, I'm not even going to take it away. Celebrities. And do you guys remember Andy Richter from the Conan O'Brien Show? We all love Angie. We all love Angie Richter. Well, Angie Richter was invited on this show, Skeptalab, to do some dowsing, and we're gonna watch it. It's the Center for Inquiry.
The ancient art of dowsing is not just for finding water anymore. You can look for precious metals, oil, all kinds of different things. Like, for instance, I'm finding some Pabst Blue Ribbon in here. Yeah.
Well, I don't give you a hard time for what you had for lunch. Here, let me check this. Oh, it's a heart full of regret.
Oh, that's kind of true. And you know what? I'm finding, looks like a hairball down there. Huh.
I like to keep well groomed. And let's see here. Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
Let's see what you got.
What do you got?
Pure granite. Are these results accurate? Tune in for this episode of Skeptalab. The bunk stops here.
Yeah, so this is a cool show. I'm going to skip around a little bit because they go through a lot of stuff. It's very fun, and he kind of gives them kind of the backstory that we've been through already. We don't need to see all that, but he basically puts a challenge towards Andy Richter. But unfortunately, he doesn't give him like the information that we even have just from the stuff we watched tonight. But he's going to make Andy Richter do a dowsing challenge. And let's get into that part right now.
We've been testing these people for 23 years now, and for our prize money, and no one has gotten pass even the simplest of tests.
What kind?
So you guys had to remember this, that Skeptical Inquirer and other magazines and people like Amazing Randy and stuff had prizes out there if you could prove psychic ability, and dowsing is included in that. If you can prove dowsing, it is also included in all of the other psychic ability
but
kind
not
of things.
Not like water dowsing, because we know that is
yes,
legit.
including water dowsing. And you're going to see in this, what they make him do is douse for water in this, very fucking weird way that it doesn't matter, but they do. It really doesn't, the way they do it.
Prize money.
Well, the Center for Inquiry Investigations Group offers $500,000 for anyone who can prove dowsing or a lot of other things.
$500,000?
$500,000, baby.
Well, can I give it a try and see if I can make $500,000 off you?
Well, yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm here, you're here, the checkbook's in your desk.
And it was kind of working a second ago, right?
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's go downstairs. We'll do it. Okay, we're here in the CFI parking lot.
All right, so this is the setup. As you can see, he's got all these cups out here. He's got shit. He wants him to douse these covered things. And
I see. Okay, that's clever.
no, also he hasn't given him any background on this unless Angie Richter on his own went and looked up, what's up with dowsing, how do you do it? All the things we know just by watching a couple of videos, ask some questions, be confident.
Fairly common, right? I think a lot of people know what the deal is.
Thankfully, there's really not a lot to it.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. That's what's great about it. Yeah. It's all. It would be funny though if he actually got sick and start throwing up and they're like, oh wait, we forgot that one guy said dowsing might not be for you, but
The open air laboratory, as I like to call it. God's laboratory.
Well, we wouldn't put it that way.
Right, of course we wouldn't.
We've set up.
Heathens.
We've set up an array of 10 cups.
Yes.
One of them, only one, has a bottle of water in it.
Okay.
Your job. Find the water.
Find the water.
Now you're going to get 3 times. You have to do this 3 times in a row to impress us because once is only 1 in 10. 3 times is.
You try.
They're like the skeptic mafia with that little hat on. It's like, you can get one that's fine, but you're still going to lose the bet.
I know, where's his tracksuit?
He is like the president of the Skeptical Inquirer. Like he's part of this group that's been around since '74, where they're just kind of their job is just like debunking stuff and staying on top of the metaphysical world. And this is just part of their thing. It's
How
like,
long
all
has he
right,
been doing this show for? Has this been like
I don't know. I'll say this: they got Andy Richter on this episode, and their YouTube video. This video had like 3,000 views, and I was like, that's not good. That's not good for getting.
Honestly, like Andy Richter, like.
His star has fallen. I love him.
Maybe that's just a lookalike or something.
He's niche for sure at this point, and no one knew he's on him. Maybe they're bad at marketing. Go save them, Rob.
1 in 10. I got to do it 3 times.
3 in a row, which is 1,000 to 1 out.
Oh, okay.
That's when we start getting excited about.
Right. Okay, here we go.
All right, fuck, he's dowsing.
All right, and that's not water.
Don't touch any of the cups.
He's not trying.
All right, geez, excuse me.
Remember they said don't put the Big Tens on.
Oh, Captain Persnickety over there. All right. According to...
Was that a hit already?
I think this has got some water underneath it.
Okay. Some ESP cards.
ESP cards.
All right, that's a miss.
These are all items from your gift shop.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to find.
So I like that he pointed out. So it was a deck of ESP cards. He's like, "Oh, these are things from your gift shop." He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, I want to go there now. I want to go to your gift shop. If your gift shop has ESP cards,
Don't play into it, Russ.
You guys are probably close to this, wherever this is. I'm sure this is somewhere in the LA area. If he's getting,
I'm not going. I've got so many other things I need to do besides go and see this man.
Like way more fun things. Right.
I'm showing up at his doorstep with my coat hangers, be like, "Surprise, bitch!" I'm gonna hand him. I'm like, "Give me the 200. What is it? $500,000? I want it.
$500,000.
I don't know. What is the hat though? I can't get over this. I can't take him seriously with that hat on.
I'm trying to intimidate Andrew Richter. He's like, "You're not getting this money. No one's getting this money.
Who wears those hats? And like, what is the point?
Because he doesn't have the money. That's the point.
Like a Joe Rogan hat or something.
Yeah,
like,
what's the guy from the old comic Sluggo? Yeah, Sluggo. All right.
I don't know. Like, are you trying to be a newsboy? Like, what are we doing? Are you Do you drive a fucking taxi cab? And
No, he's the skeptic du jour or the skeptic emeritus, whatever.
Where's the
he
rest
is.
of your butler outfit?
All right, he's gonna tell him how he's full of shit. So Andy gets another drive in.
Okay, now here's what's got to happen.
Okay.
We're going to go inside because someone else is going to make the change now because now there's only 9.
All right,
So we
let's
got
get
to
out of
reset
here.
it.
All right.
We'll be back in a
Come
second.
inside. We'll be back.
All right, now I'm going to start at this end.
So it could, just to be fair, it could be in the same spot again.
All right, that's garbage. That's nothing. Nothing there either. All right, I'm going to go back this way.
The dumb guy music doesn't help.
Right?
I need that guy with
You got to get all 3 in a row to win.
Editing music.
Yeah, he already lost the first one, so you've lost.
Well, no, he can still get
This one again.
Oh,
so this is it.
No, I don't touch it.
Oh, it's the same one again. All right, so he's
It's just like an actual water. There's a well or like a water pipe underground.
yeah.
right.
Watch he found like an actual underground vein of water.
I'm sorry, right now, Russ, it looks like you're trying to give him a high five. Through this.
It does look like you're hiling or something, right?
I'll do that. Is that
Yeah.
help?
Hold on.
Come on, give it to me, Andy, baby. I'm not gonna move. This is actually pretty perfect. Great.
Got it.
Weird.
You put your arm up, and it'd be a weird
Put
double
your arm up
watch.
to the
Put
corner.
your arm
It
up.
could be
Graham.
your arm. It could be you if you got to go up to the other
arm,
corner.
the other way, other way.
No, that arm, but other corner.
Yeah, because I have
Other
to.
corner,
yeah,
other corner.
Other way.
Other arm.
Flip it. Flip
There
it.
you go.
Flip
Left
it.
arm.
When I went to
Left
sleep,
arm.
it was
No,
like,
the other way though. The other way.
This is so difficult.
no, this isn't fun anymore.
This is the best radio ever.
Here we go.
They're just trying to make
Hit the
fun
like
of me.
button, everybody. We're having a good time.
I don't touch it. You'll accuse me of.
It's those goddamn ESP cards again. They didn't even change.
Oh, see?
Yeah, they tricked you.
Okay,
Yeah.
one more time.
All right.
Let's see if you can get.
All right, so I'll say the third time he does it, and he ends up finding like some fake.
Making
poop.
me hate that.
They reset it again. I'm gonna get towards the end though, to where what we want to talk about because they get very boring. See, this guy here, he's just a geologist who's like, well, actually, water is everywhere under the earth, so dowsing is stupid because
looking for
water is
a
literally
source of it,
everywhere.
please.
Blah blah blah. He's very very boring. We're not going to talk about him.
Good.
So let's get to right here where we're going to get the close up, the finish on Andy.
So that's the perspective from a geologist. So, to sum up, you got rods that move real easily.
Mm-hmm.
You got water just about everywhere.
Right.
And, maybe once in a while you get someone who actually knows the landscape a little bit and can make a good decision about where to throw a well.
Or just gets lucky.
Or gets lucky.
Like me for being here today.
Speaking of which, I know you had your heart set on finding some water today.
Yeah, making that money.
So we're going to give you some water. And
Wow.
as some parting gifts, your 2 missed items.
Oh.
Fancy Zener cards.
My
want those,
extrasensory
actually. I don't have
perception cards.
And some really good looking dog poop.
Oh.
That's the poop.
want
So in
that.
the third one we've skipped, he did find poop. He gets the fake dog poop, and I've never had the SP cards. Those are the ones from the beginning of Ghostbusters that Bill Murray is using.
Yeah, yeah.
Now the 6 symbols, really cool.
That poop though, that's like you can get that anywhere.
It
Yeah,
looks
but
very realistic though. I'm just happy to see this picture.
yeah, take a screenshot. Somebody, Andy Rick looks happy as he's been in his life. You got
My
ESP
screenshots
cards
are
and a big
garbage.
piece of
It's
poop.
off my phone.
Oh man,
He's got-
Andy.
He's
Yeah.
got plans for that poop too, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know.
nice.
Andy, thanks so much for
This
being
is,
here.
this is going straight into the next bowl of soup I eat at a restaurant. All right.
Thanks for joining Skepta Lab. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, you have this poop,
All
sir.
right, that guy wasn't a falconer, so he could actually do it right.
See you next time.
Oh, see, now that's making
Do it
fun.
right, boy.
Making them feel bad for not being able to shake a hand with the right hand.
We should sue them, honestly, because
We should let them sue us.
their concept is just too close. Honestly, it's too
Well,
close.
to be fair, we don't actually go out of our way to like test things out.
No,
I
they're
know
too
we don't do
nerdy
it.
about it. They're like, we're not going to train you.
Well, if
Just
we
have
all
you
were
do
like,
it."
if we all lived in the same area, we totally would. I'm sure we would do
Yeah, I
actual
know.
like
It would be fun.
Experimentation and stuff. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like. We're not going to find Bigfoot. That's because
Allegedly.
no one ever finds him. No one ever fucking finds him.
that attitude.
He's out there.
Is he though? And UFOs, the only way I think we're going to actually see UFOs is if we go visit Christo, because he's the only one who can like summon them and make them come.
I've seen them before.
But like if we go out and we try to
like look for them,
we're going to go look for UFOs, you never see them because they already know.
Yeah, that's true. They're kind of psychic. But I think it would be really interesting. I think we talked about it like briefly. We didn't really entertain the notion, but if we were to make a trip and meet up with Christo, I think he'd be stoked.
That would be great. And we get to go to Monterey Bay or wherever he lives.
I mean, maybe who knows? I don't know.
Whatever he is,
whatever he's opening a door that you can't close.
Maybe we don't. Maybe I don't want that door.
I think it's already too late for that. Yeah, as far as we go. But I am also into Vegas too. I definitely want to see the Zach Baggins and the PP Warrens. And
we haven't done that.
What's his name? Why am I forgetting? Is Nick Weird? I need to meet Nick Weird before I die. That's one of my things. So as you can see, that was a bit of an unfair, characterization of Dowsing. He didn't have Andy asking any questions. He didn't do anything like that. But it's only going to get worse. A lot of people like to dunk on Dowsing. And as you can see, they were kind of halfway dunking on Dowsing. But do you guys know, of course you know, Richard Dawkins, who is the famed atheist who loves to debunk everything under the sun. Richard Dawkins, he did a documentary where he had a little bit about Dowsing, and it's actually really funny.
The so-called evidence for psychic phenomena is not robust, but will-o'-the-wisp. The more we look at it, the weaker it becomes.
It's a real Dowser. Oh.
The alleged detection of water through dowsing is not obviously ridiculous. It might work, but does it? The only way to
That's such a...
That's weak writing, yeah.
Dowsing might actually work, but actually, it doesn't. Wait, what?
Oh, I thought he said, but does it? Like, question.
That does it, yeah.
Work, but does it? The only way to tell is through a rigorous experiment.
How does dowsing work? That's the number one question, and nobody can answer it. Well, I reckon I'm convinced that something is helping me to dowse. One of the earlier chaps thinks it's God.
How do you do it then? What's your principle of dowsing?
I think the question, and I expect God to respond in a way that I understand. I'm going to expect the right hand one to point to the camera and the left hand one straight forward.
This rod sucks.
Put the weapons down.
Following him right.
Yeah, he's walking towards him with
these are terrible. But I love that the title of all these guys is Dowser. Like, these are hardcore Dowsers that Richard Dawkins is challenging. This is a whole challenge. That whole tent is a challenge. There are containers in there holding things, water and not water. And he's challenging all of these guys and girls and ladies. Apologies. There are a lot of ladies in the Dowsing community, which there should
This is why some people should not retire from their actual jobs. They should just let people work
forever. Yeah, you're gonna end up walking around with metal sticks in Richard Dawkins' tent at one point, and
you take them out of their routine. Take them out of their routine. They're already elderly. They're up there. They don't know what to do. They pick up weird hobbies. This would be so difficult if, like, every time you went to visit your parents, your dad was just like walking around with dowsing.
What are you looking for, Dad? Civil War coins. It's like, this is England. There was no Civil War in England. You're not going to find Civil War coins. It's like, well,
and they want to explain it to you every time how it works. You're like, I know how it works.
Well, you just throw them in the microwave one Christmas.
They all of these people look the same, kind of, too.
They do. I thought this was the same guy.
Yeah, I did.
Church and another guy, and they both look exactly.
The other guy's got such a round head; it like threw me off.
Particular demographic, and I feel like they all probably have similar political views as well. But we can talk about that.
I think these are. They're definitely. I don't know. I can't even make a British political reference. These guys are definitely on the.
They're really showing their parliament
workers side. I have no fucking clue.
Apologies,
Camille. I don't know. They're wigs.
I'm staying
Have
out
you done
of
the
this.
test yet in the tent?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, and what was the result?
I was going to get 6 right, 100%.
Yeah, and what happened?
1.
So what do you make of that then?
He's having his laugh, isn't he? He loves a joke.
Yes.
You don't realise.
Yeah, you don't realize. Richard Dawkins is like, oh, so God is just fucking with you constantly. Ha ha ha.
That's because Richard Dawkins is like, it's me, I'm God.
Richard Dawkins is going ching ching. Ooh. He just said something really stupid.
There's the round head guy. Yeah, sorry.
Well, back there, yeah, he's around everything. Oh, that's the other guy. Yeah, somehow he teleported a few feet over, and his dong is out for some reason. I don't know why.
Christ.
We're gonna get kicked off for that. Oh God.
Do I get second goes?
Oh, yeah, you can have as many. The psychologist Chris French thinks there may be a simpler explanation. He has devoted his career to investigating claims of the paranormal. And now he has set up this test for dowsing, a properly controlled double-blind trial. In each of these rows, just one container, chosen at random, holds a bottle of water. All the rest contain sand. Neither the dowsers nor the tester are allowed to know where the water is until the boxes are opened. So there are no unintentional giveaways.
Have another go.
Safeguards like this make the double-blind trial one of the crowning achievements of scientific reason.
This is going to be a total shit show.
So they've introduced this guy. He's putting the
What
check
you'll
mark
typically
down.
find when you talk to dowsers is they'll give you lots and lots of anecdotal evidence, lots of stories about how they...
So I remember this guy from something. I don't know what. He's been a part of a lot of paranormal shows. This is Chris French. I know his name has come up either in Unbelievable or Unbelievers lore at some point. I know he is a major debunker.
Was he ever on Art Bell?
He probably was.
Coast to Coast.
Probably so, but he's also probably showed up on different documentaries. I did look him up and got a little into it. He's just kind of like he's like the, I don't know, the nerdy, amazing Randy of England. Like he's very much into debunking stuff. So he's shown up on things before.
We've talked about hundreds.
I know, but that name is pretty, it stands out. Chris French.
Maybe it was the Yowie episode.
I mean, I'm just saying the chances of us having talked about him are pretty high.
Very high, very high.
Sort of folks.
Well,
Just like us.
and we will forever associate him with fucking with these dowsers. So they've got all these little containers out there. One of them has water, the rest are just bags of sand. Like, you know, like, all right, these are all just bags of sand, and you guys gotta figure out what is what. There's only one water. That doesn't even seem fair.
No,
Like,
it's
here we
very
go.
fair. That's how it works out in nature. That's what they're
It's
looking
good.
for.
Is it a
Yeah,
big bottle of water at least?
And as you can see, my rods are crossing.
That's what
I'm
they
thinking
all.
it's probably like a bucket or like it's filled with, because if they said the others are filled with
They're
sand,
not buckets. They're all like water
They're like-
bottles full of sand. No, they really are. You're gonna see. Yeah, the bucket itself isn't full of sand. It's just all water bottles, and they're all full of sand, which seemed like a lot of extra work. You just dump sand, but whatever.
discovered a leak in their neighbours' pipes and so on and so forth. But there are always other possible explanations there.
Yes.
What we're trying to do is set up conditions which would rule out
Yes.
any of those other
Yes.
explanations. But then we get down to the very fundamental, basic issue: can the dowsers actually do what they think they can do?
Yes.
I think it's 4.
That's almost cheating, right?
It is.
Use your feet.
So you can kind of
No,
test
I
it
think
Come
out.
on, rods! Don't fail me
See what
now.
you've done?
Oh yeah.
This
Disqualified.
Is sand.
in that case, I can't do this.
This is the waters in number 5.
Oh,
Sand again.
sand again.
This time, guess was bin number 3.
Got it.
And this time you're correct. That's water.
A hit.
I'm afraid that's sand.
That's sand. A lot of sand hit. Oh, what do you got? Number 2.
In that case, I'm 100% wrong again.
Well, you got 1 right on out of 6, which is what we'd expect by
He's so
chance.
upset.
So far, they're performing
So many
pretty
people
much
quit
in
dowsing this day.
Yeah.
This was the death of dowsing right here when they're like, but this lady has a great cope though that I like, because the whole point of dowsing is that you're doing it like over ground, like you're looking for things under the earth, like not in front of you. So
And
this
the
is kind of,
bottle is like,
it's
feel
not
like
the same thing. You
not
could have
the
your own
same,
water
it's
bottle
like
in your
a-
hand. Your dowsing rod is gonna be like, oh, where's that? Like I would have water with me, especially if I was in the middle of the English countryside with nothing
know.
around me.
it does feel like we're like being dowsing apologists, or like we're making up some sort of excuses right now.
Well,
I'm championing rods and dowsing, of course. Yes.
I'm all about things being super fair and completely unbiased. And I just, I think that all of the conditions, they should do multiple ones, because I'm interested in debunking, figuring out if it really can work, but depending on the parameters of the.
I think there could be some interference happening here.
Yes.
With the bottle. I don't know if the plastic
I agree.
is affecting the energy.
Jeez.
Because you know what? When there's water in the ground, I guess technically, if you're looking for a pipe, it's contained in something. But if you're looking for like
a flow,
a string or like a well or of some sort, or just
That's
water,
movement.
a mass of water underground, moving water is different than just a dead bottle of water underneath a bucket.
Dead fucking bottle, a bag of sand, that kind of thing. Like, why do you? They're probably great underground water slides underground under these things they don't even know about. But she's got a great cope. She has a great cope that is good. She argues against him here.
Line with mean chance expectation. In other words, guesswork. So no one has scored more than 2 hits out of 6.
Even this old fuck.
3.
The people you've been testing, do they understand why they're
It's like
being put
Deal or
through the
No
double
Deal.
blind procedure?
Right?
Explained it to them.
I want a bunch of chicks with briefcases. And you're like,
No,
oh,
it's gotta
it's
be a
sand.
bunch of
Fuck, that was
older white
sand.
guys holding it instead.
And the guys are walking up to their boobs, and if they cross, they're like.
And as you can see, my rods are crossing.
All right, I've got a new game show.
Yeah,
It's called Sand or No Sand.
How many times?
I don't want to play.
Bags are all right. All right. We'll refine it. We'll clean it up.
Then they appreciate why someone who is perhaps skeptical or doubtful about their claims would see that was necessary. What's interesting is it doesn't actually tend to dent their confidence at all.
Which suggests that they're completely sincere.
I think they are completely sincere.
Chris French,
and that
you
they're
are no
typically
threat
very,
to
very
us.
surprised when we...
I don't want to point out his rods were just as fucking bent and fucked up as mine were. Look at these guys. Look at that. This
You
is
try to
not.
straighten them out.
Yeah, because some people use like.
He tried, but look at
you know,
mine. Look,
wooden-
I'm right in line with this. Okay, I could
Again, put those things away. You're gonna hurt yourself. You'll put your eye out.
Yeah, you really are going to hurt somebody.
I'm fine. All right.
Typically very, very surprised when we run them through a series of trials and actually say at the end of the day, well, your performance
People look lost,
is no
just
better
wandering in the
than we expect
background.
just on the
Man.
basis of
Go
guesswork.
get your-
And
We're
what
in a
typically
mental
happens is they'll
hospital
make up
they're
all
doing
kinds
this
of
in.
reasons.
A mental hospital?
Some might say
A
excuses
mental hospital,
as
right.
to
Same
why they didn't pass that particular test.
I feel the whole test is wrong.
I'm shocked beyond words that this has
She's
happened.
gonna cry. She's losing her mind.
But I did say
I could give two shits. I love this guy. He's like, well,
I need to go back to the sea.
He don't give a shit, dude. He don't
he'd be
care.
dowsing
He
for treasure. I love
He really does. He does
He's
look
like-
like Sailor
They're
incarnate.
looking. Yeah, right. He's
It's like
he's
Popeye's
looking-
dad. He's great. He's Popeye.
from the outset, couldn't we just sort out some grey blocks and some scaffold boards so that I can walk above it, which is what I would routinely do and I've done for 40 years.
That's her
Who knows
technique.
where or what bottles were in what tubs?
That's the whole
through
point,
the
isn't
te-
it? That's the
Well,
whole
yeah,
point.
Here's
but
me.
if you understand dosing like I do, you'll understand that everything leaves an image.
This state of denial is extraordinary. Even when confronted with hard fact, these dowsers prefer not to face up to truth, but retain their delusion.
That's kind of mean. That's a mean way to end
Yeah.
it. Retain your delusion. Come on now.
Yeah, I mean, he retains his asshole, I guess. So
I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about this. I think that like there could possibly be something to it in a natural aspect, but I think once you take it out of the natural aspect and you start trying to like imitate how it works
Yeah.
and like, do it with bottles
Yeah.
of water and under buckets and stuff and like turn it into this guessing game, like I think it
because they're
falls
trying to
apart.
make it feel like.
Let me come right
You're not
back. Let
testing
you
the
talk for a
second-
second. I'll be right back.
Okay, like oh yeah. So do we vamp or?
Yeah, no, it's basically right now. I feel like I've seen it work for water enough times in videos and people who vouch for it so hard that this little experiment, it felt like they purposely designed it to like disprove that it's or like
Yeah.
prove that it's not true.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's like, no, I'm not, immediately sticking up for, bless you. It's a cat. She sneezes a bunch. I'm not somebody who immediately either way goes like, okay, yeah, no, don't you make fun of that because this and that, unless it's something that, has been proven or they're being dicks like Richard Dawkins. I think that if they just let them do it their way, the way they're used to doing it, then if they fail, then you can make fun of them, I guess.
I mean, I think people can believe whatever they want to believe, and like if they like feeling like this is a real thing and it makes them they get something out of it, then they're not hurting anybody. and let them
poo on their water.
Let them have fun and do their thing. Let them go and play their little game with their rods. And, you know, they're not literally, they could use the exercise, most of these people. So
walking that
slow. That first guy, though. That first guy was all like, but he did warn, like, you do need to go do this privately.
Yeah,
like, you're going to get bullied if you do this. Go out in a field by yourself, please.
Do you think that people can, like, sprint Dows and just, like, fucking run? Like,
your rods would just be going everywhere. They'd all be like, wait, what is it? Wait.
The winner was the locator?
No, not this. Here.
And you could clearly see the rods hit me and bounce.
Okay, well, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself.
Oh.
So I've got, sorry, before I do that, though, I have one more famous debunker that's going to chime in on this. Someone that we actually enjoy. You guys, of course, remember the Amazing Randy. We love the Amazing Randy. Well, he also, just like the Skeptical Inquirer, he had a large prize out there for anyone that could prove psychic ability, and that included dowsing. So I'm going to say now, take it away, Amazing.
Morning, good afternoon, or good evening, as the case may be. We have here a video from an agitated applicant for the JRF $1 Million Prize, a Mr. Greg Price, somewhere in Minnesota. Apparently, he believes that he's been slighted, and in the video, he attempts to show us his marvelous power to douse. He complains mightily that he's been trying to get tested for the prize for more than 2 years, but he fails to mention that we were unable to read his application and his claim, and we had to exchange a lot of correspondence with him in order to get that clarified. Finally, we received a brief 25-word note from the required academic source validating that the applicant was able to perform as described. I read from that affidavit.
All right, he's going to read from this. And so, I love that Amazing Randy was still responding at the time. RIP, Amazing Randy, that he was still responding to people trying to get that prize, but he was cutting YouTube diss tracks on them too, being like, all right, you stepped up, you tried. So here's the letter from this guy, Greg, who was like, yeah, I can douse and give me that money. But he got someone from a university to write this, and he's going to read it now. Here we go.
Mr. Greg Price demonstrated his dowsing ability to my satisfaction with brass dowsing rods in the downtown library at Duluth, Minnesota, around 10:30 a.m., Saturday, the 22nd of December, 2007.
22nd of December, 2007? Where were you?
Fullerton, LA? Yeah.
Is that a song reference, or are you actually asking me?
Dr. Robert E. Paulus, Professor Emeritus from the University of Minnesota Duluth, was the author of this document, which tells us nothing at all about what Mr. Price was able to do to convince the professor of his dowsing ability. Now, normally we would require a little more evidence than this, but we're willing to waive such details in order to save Mr. Price from an attack of the vapors. I only hope that his demonstration
I love that old Amazing Randy is in there. He's coming forth very straightforward, but you also forget, like, oh yeah, you're like awesome, like you were a magician, you trolled the entire continent of Australia with a fake channeler, like you're still out there, and this is very late life fun shit with him.
Professor Paulus was better than what he shows on his video. Let's take a look at part of that video.
I will walk to this circle that I drew. I walked around the circle. Now I will mark that path with these rods. I attached these line levels so that anybody saying that I tipped them, I can prove them wrong. And you could...
It's like the Rod Force, the fucking dowsing police here. This guy's such a goober to start with. Like, this is the guy who's fighting Amazing Randy.
What's he saying it's supposed to do to prevent... fraud? Like, what is it? What are
I don't know. He says it so quick. I'm actually pulled back because every time I hear him, he puts some kind of weird weighted thing in the middle of his rod. That proves that he's not full of shit. All right, Randy, please get us.
Let's take a look at part of that video.
Okay.
I will walk to this circle that I drew. I walked around the circle. Now I will mark that path with these rods. I attached these line levels. So that anybody saying that I tipped them, I can prove them wrong.
levels. It's
And
got
you
little
can clearly
levels.
see the rods hit me and bounce. And I'm holding a tube now, and I don't twist my hand. So you explain how, if I'm keeping it level and doing this, thinking that this can be true. Here, we've got them level.
He's got the right physique for a dowser. I will say that, starting off right off the bat.
Yeah, you gotta have like a real solid core.
You
And
do,
little
you
lumbar
really
discs on the
do.
back, yeah.
Real solid core. Midsection needs to protrude at
I
least
missed my window.
6
Be
to 8
one of these
inches
guys. Shit.
in front of you. Yeah, you need to be a base. Basically, you need to be like sturdy to get into this game.
And props are ready. That's a pretty good circle. I don't know if I could draw that great of a circle. We had a giant compass with chalk. Anyway, he's just wandering the fuck off into the bushes now.
He was never seen again.
He's what? This is for a fucking $1 million prize. He's gonna.
Where is
amazing?
Where's the camera? Where's the camera on like a basketball hoop right now?
I was
Like
literally
fire
gonna say
me.
it's probably on a basketball hoop. That is,
It feels like a security camera or
There's a guy
something.
sitting in a basketball hoop because he's zooming in and stuff. So that's the only elevation. He doesn't have some kind of ladder truck. All right.
It's the same angle as like the Dobby video.
Yeah, he's at the top of the key. He's probably gonna
Yeah.
take a fucking free throw at the end of this.
Yeah, what is that?
That's the circle that he drew, but
Yep.
yeah.
Oh,
we
man.
actually played horse after this. It was great. And I doused all of it.
I didn't do that.
I never said that.
Oil come from this direction.
Freeze.
Clearly see.
Silly choking pepper belly. Oh,
I do not do that.
he doesn't do that.
His outfit says
I'm not moving my hands. The levels are level. I've got these goggles painted with oil-based paint. I can't possibly see through these.
Okay. No one now of all of the things I have questions about dowsing about, the ability to see is the last thing I was worried about. Like, but he is taking that out of the equation. Okay.
It's gotta be real.
Huh?
It's gotta be real then.
Yeah, I know, right? This is the test. Solid fucking opaque goggles. That's the real deal breaker.
What are these, like dollar store just swimming goggles? He's like, I bought some paint.
They're like, yeah, they look like paint goggles, huh?
This is like when you're like,
I need the screenshot of this. He looks like he's ready to go to town.
like, Mom, I want
This is
the
pretty
Apple
funny.
Vision Pro, and your mom's like, we have the Apple Vision Pro at home.
Yeah. Shit.
All
He's like,
right.
may I serve the Lord and Master? It's like, you may not. All right.
Okay, I'm in front of the circle.
He peeked. He peeked.
I can't tell you that it's perfectly level, but it's going to be pretty good right there, I believe. I'm going to walk to the circle. And clearly, I'm not moving my hands. And clearly, they are moving.
Not like
and crossing. So I have proven my point in two different ways.
Give me the money. Hey, he goes and gets his glass. Like, all right, I've proven already. What,
I'm ready
proof,
for some real goggles, please.
proof what? What? You didn't find anything. You're on top of concrete. You're not even in the English countryside where I would believe you more.
Right?
I don't know, man. He's got like Joshua P. Warren vibes about the way that he takes this so seriously. I don't know, man. How much longer is this video?
It's not very long. We'll get through it. But we get a lot of Randy, which is what we really want. Randy is playing this for us. Randy was sent this video, and this guy's like, anyway, send me the money. And he's just putting this out as a fucking diss track. It's great.
And I'm looking for the parties aforementioned to get this together, and I want my chance. Otherwise, James Randy, admit you're a fraud, that your offer is a fraud, and disband your organization. Thank you.
Holy shit.
That guy's definitely a keyboard warrior. You know it.
That's a great clip.
James Randy, admit you're a fraud, that your offer is a fraud, and disband your organization. Thank you.
Okay, you've got me. Out of all the people in all these years, you got me, sir.
What did he expect, man? Did he really think that he was going to win this?
Now, the term and this man's whole career is thrown around a lot. I know I do, but here is James Randy. He's fucking wound up. He's like, this dude really sent me a video
James
and said,
Randy, admit you're a fraud, that
Okay.
your offer is a fraud,
okay,
and disband your organization. Thank you.
You must understand that dowsers always work with systems that are out of equilibrium. They use a forked stick which is tensed in their hands so that the slightest twitch or sloping of the hand or fingers will cause the rod to jump up and down violently. Or they use what Mr. Price has chosen, 2 bent pieces of coat hanger wire or welding rods. Held as you have seen, attempting to keep them from moving left or right is very difficult. Unbalanced systems like this are very sensitive to the slightest inclination of the fingers, the hands, or, as in Mr. Price's case, lifting of the arms. Let's view that video again, and you'll see that he lifts his forearms, and the rod rotates in the direction he wishes.
Clearly see. I do not do that.
Uh-oh, he's breaking it down. Look, he is lifting his forearms, obviously, and he has a little bend on the end of his rods, too.
Yes, so he's put those things on the rod. He wants
Knowing the nature of the idiomotor reaction, of which this is a
That's what
perfect
it's called,
example,
idiomotor.
I'm sure that Mr. Price is quite unaware of how he makes the rods move. In fact, we've already told him about
But
this,
he loves it.
and he just can't see it. However, all that is moot. I refer to part of Mr. Price's description of his abilities. I would first walk the area before and check for pipes, wires, water, etc. that could complicate the demonstration. Well, that's interesting. It really says quite clearly that Mr. Greg Price can detect pipes and wires. I simply suggest, therefore, that we lay out a set of pipes and or wires concealed under a blanket and have him locate them using his dowsing rods. The demonstration he gave us on the video is amateurish indeed. He steps 1 pace back from the circle, blindfolded, and then shows us that his wires will cross when he walks forward 1 pace. In any case, a video proves nothing. We require an actual test. So we suggest...
So yeah, he almost wants him to do what that lady was saying. Like, couldn't you just like put a little scaffolding up and I'll do it over it? He's like, no, we will do that, and you will be wrong.
And
This
you
money,
this time.
this money doesn't exist either. Like every time he talks about this money, I imagine that he's like Scrooge McDuck, and he's got this room in his house that's just a pool filled with money that he's
He's got an out for everything, though. He can always get out. He can always get out of it. But this is a very easy to swat down, which is great that he actually, R.I.P. Amazing Randy, but that he did make this video against this guy.
Because he did it with such a fantastic energy about it. Just like
this was his like thing though. Like he used to do this, but on talk shows, basically.
Oh
like,
yeah.
So like and they don't really do this kind of stuff on talk shows anymore. It's not. That's kind of run its course. I feel like using talk shows for that. I mean, you still have a few of them out there, like More. I don't even know, is Maury still around? They might have ended Maury.
I think so.
But like, there's a few of them that are still kind of trashy. Yeah, and that was that era. He's from that era of TV. And there's no place for him to shit on people anymore. So he had to create a YouTube channel to do it.
Yeah, and people are sending him stuff. If you're sending videos like that, though, where he's literally just talking shit to him, like, you're a fraud, admit you're a fraud, disband your organization, kill your wife, like kill your husband, whatever.
No, that dude he's
like, the worst. He deserves
he'll die. He'll die.
He's gonna get more. He's gonna address him directly here.
Oh boy.
Oh God. Damn it. I had to hit play and it went way further than I need to. Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry, I got it though. Here we go.
Blanket and have him locate them using his dowsing rods.
Good.
The demonstration he gave us on the video is amateurish indeed. He steps 1 pace back from the circle, blindfolded, and then shows us that his wires will cross when he walks forward 1 pace.
His outfit sucks.
In any case, a video proves nothing. We require an actual test. So we suggest this to Mr. Price, that the test we propose will be much more definitive, a word that dowsers don't like to hear, and simpler, so that the answer may be arrived at easily. I must tell you also that presently Mr. Price's application has been closed because he's threatened legal action against the JREF. Far from being intimidated, we welcome his legal action. He knows our address, the process servers know us well, and can get here even without the use of dowsing rods, incredible though that may seem to Mr. Price. And we're all ready to go. Mr. Price? Mr. Price? You out there somewhere? Oh, I see you're chatting with a few of the others who are also threatening to sue us. I wouldn't want to interrupt. In your video, by the way, you call me a fraud. Well, we'll see who the fraud is, won't we, Mr. Price? I'm James Randi, and I thank you for this few minutes of your time.
Amen. James Randi. God damn, I love that. I love this.
Mr. Price? Mr. Price? You out there somewhere?
He's like, hello. You know, I saw this.
I still got some bite in him, man. He was still sassy as fuck right to the end.
He stayed right on top of it. I love that. I love when old people just stick to their guns and then they're like, fuck the youth. But I don't understand what this guy's point was in calling Randy a fraud. Like, what do you mean he is who he says he is?
Because that guy is diehard dows. He's dows till death. He's
died in the whole dowsing, and
he lives this shit.
But what could Randy be a fraud at? Like, why would Randy be a fraud?
Because he says the dowsing is fake, so he is a liar.
He's the enemy. And somehow I have a clip called "Violent Rods." I don't know what this is. I've probably heard it. Let's hear it.
Cause the rod to jump up and down violently.
Okay, we got Amazing Randy saying violent rods are happening. But yeah, Amazing Randy, definitely not a believer in it at all. And I'm going to do something a little different that I've never really done on the Patreon episodes. Because, hey, this is a bonus episode. This is an episode. This is just a one topic, fun time.
Yeah, I was noticing that. I'm like...
And I'm gonna actually put a poll up on Patreon because this is Rod Wars. I want to know, what side are you on? This one's Patreon poll. I'll post it. But what should it be? Do you think dowsing is real? Yes, no, or other?
That's pretty straightforward.
Is dowsing real?
Is dowsing unbelievable?
Yeah.
Dowsing real. That's what we're gonna go with. And I'm gonna say, I'm doing this live. I'm gonna post it up. We're gonna take a little 2-minute break. I'm gonna play the credits. The show's gonna be over. But stick around. There's gonna be a post-credit scene that we're all gonna do. But if you guys need to take a break for a couple of minutes, please do so, as I'm gonna play a little bit of music. And the show's ending, but it's not ending, because we'll be right back go take a little 2-minute break. We'll come back because I have a clip and a skit that we're gonna do that's a little off the books. So if you're not on board for it, go away. And don't. Thank you so much for supporting the show. We love you guys. I'm gonna play because I've got this on the background music.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back in a little bit. And stick around for the bonus episode. Thank you so much for the support. We'll be right back.
These are the best.
Good night.
Oh yeah.
We'll be back.
be focusing on forget about you. I'm gonna try to stay alive and being back to being the time. Everything is gonna be fine. Everything is gonna be fine. I'm going to space. I don't have time to waste. I'm going to space. I don't have time to waste. Time to waste. Time to waste.
Yeah, I'm going. All right. Hey, if you're sticking around. Post-credit scene. What's going on? It's me and Rob here. What's up, buddy?
Just vibing out, man, to John Tier. You know, I actually have this. I think I may have mentioned this before. I have this song on my phone, like in my iTunes music. So, like, sometimes when I get in my car, it'll randomly start playing this, and I just leave it on a lot of times. Just drive around.
I have from like the older days. If you remember when I had that weird little mixer that I used, where I had a few soundboard clips on my phone, they're still in like my Apple list. So like I don't know where it'll be going. You stroke the stick plate with one hand, it'll come on and be like, in a laboratory with pee-pee dishes. Like it'll just play between songs in the car, and the kids will just look at me like, what the fuck was that? I'm like, don't worry about it. Like it just comes on shuffle sometimes. It's great.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
I love
This was a fun bonus of, man, getting into dowsing. Who knew there was so much fucking shit about dowsing? And when I got into this for the bonus episode, I was like, I can't do news. I can't do anything else. Like this is its own thing. So this is one of those episodes. And I'll say, yeah, thank you for supporting us on Patreon. This will be a Patreon episode that will probably come out in a couple of months. I'll just put it out there. It's a pretty good dive into dowsing. Like it's pretty fun. And I plan on doing more fun Patreon episodes like this, but I've got a little bonus content, something I didn't want to keep in the regular episode. This doesn't count anything we do now. This is just what we call down here lanyap. And I'm going to get into a video of something we never really watch. Joe Rogan had a little discussion about dowsing, and normally I wouldn't play a Joe Rogan clip, but it's involved with dowsing, and he has a guest on the show talking about dowsing, none other than Tool frontman Maynard Keenan. Let's watch
the Joe Rogan Experience.
Do you have well water? We're on the spring that comes down from Mingus Mountain. So Jerome is on spring water, and then we have well down on the other sites.
So your tap water is spring water?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So does anybody add anything?
Now, do either of you guys watch Rogan regularly? Because I haven't listened or seen in a long time, and this was kind of a revelation. I was like, oh, is this what Joe Rogan is? And this is before he moved to Texas, I believe.
No,
no, certainly not.
Certainly not.
No, I don't.
I don't really have much against the guy. I'm like, whatever. I know he's like kind of polarizing. I don't have much. I'm pretty ambivalent. I don't have time.
His podcasts are too damn long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, meandering and long, and
He's
sometimes
high during all of them, right? Just
well, that's beyond the point. I mean, you can get high, do what you want, but like sometimes podcasts don't need to be 4.5 hours long.
No, you don't need a Jamie guy. You see me, I'm not asking Jamie to pull up the fucking rod dowser guys or anything. I can do that. It's fine. It's not that much work.
There's only 24 hours in a day. We're literally sacrificing like more than an eighth of the day, almost a quarter of the day. It's going to Joe Rogan podcast. Get out of here.
You gotta
get out of here.
And then by some point you've lost momentum and you just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah, unless there's drama involved, get out of here. But there's a little bit of, we're gonna hear. I just thought it was strange, Dowsing and Maynard together. Here we go.
To it?
Probably, yeah, because it's a town, so they
Right.
probably have to treat it just to be safe.
Maynard's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
He really
When I
is.
lived in
Other sites
Colorado,
of-
we had a well.
You owe me room.
So, and we should remember, like Maynard Keenan, of course, the singer of Tool. He runs a vineyard. He sells wine and stuff. That's also his other passion. So
Really?
that's what leads into. Yeah, I really want to get a bottle of Maynard wine, like from Maynard's vineyard. That would be fucking cool.
I would definitely try it. Yeah.
I'm not even into wine, but that just is the actual pull of it. I'm like,
And
I'll
here's the
try
thing, too.
Maynard's wine.
I mean, what I've learned from I go to a lot of wineries. No, I go wine tasting occasionally with my folks.
If you're in California, yeah, that's the best thing to do. They're great.
That's not the best thing to do in California, but it's pretty high up there. Honestly, that some people think it's really, really snobby. Some places can be, but generally, anyway. So I've learned that a lot of times, they'll have like their labels and everything on it, but it'll be their grapes, but they're not the ones actually making. They'll have like a wine maker, and so there's so many other steps that so many other factors that can go into it. So even if it's not that great, it may not be Maynard's fault. We don't know.
I don't know how I completely forgot this, but like he named the band, like, the tool is actually a dowsing rod. That's why he named it Tool.
The dowsing dick, yeah.
Because but
his is like a wiener wrench. I used to have that shirt.
A lot of people think
that was a wiener. I had the whole wiener wrench shirt back in the day.
It's a dowsing rod is really what the tool
literally is. You're not fucking with us.
If you listen closely to the
And
lyrics,
as you can see, my rod's a crossing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, they get into a little bit of dowsing, though. He's going to talk about his vineyard and Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, who is already, number one fucking hater on rods, and Jose Escamilla already. He already embarrassed Jose Escamilla. Now he's going to embarrass anyone into dowsing. Let's get into it.
We have 3 wells. Each site has its own well.
Oh,
as
okay.
well
So
as
you get spring water
we
from
have
that.
ditch rights because we have the Oak Creek.
Old man conversation.
That's the Page
Yeah, it
Spring
is.
is right there. So we have water ditch
Show
rights.
goes
We actually
off.
irrigate the vineyard on those, but I went ahead and put in a
You
well.
sing for
and
Tool.
everyone
Chill.
just as a backup plan.
Did you get a guy with the stick trying to figure out where the water is? The diviner guy?
Yep.
Does that shit work?
Works for us.
How is that real?
I don't know.
I had a buddy of mine who built a well on his property, and he had the guy come over with a stick. I'm like, I can't talk to you anymore.
I want
you got that guy
to
with a
say
stick.
like they know.
That's where you draw the line in the sand. Wow.
I thought you were the host of the Joe Rogan Experience, Mr. fucking ayahuasca and all this new age
I'm
shit.
open-minded to shit.
Yeah, Mr. Open-minded. Like, oh, this asshole with the stick is here. I was like, all right, I want him to beat you with that
This
stick.
asshole with the stick is here.
Stupid muscle head.
I know he's conservative until it actually comes to like conservative things, like a conservative way to find water, like an old school technique.
Right?
I feel like
He
this
hates
is like-
rods. He
Yeah.
hated Jose Escamilla. He hates dowsing. He's fucking a rod hater. He's literally my like natural enemy in the podcast world, which is great because he's super popular and I'm not. So
You guys should
we're
fight.
totally polar opposite.
Yeah, Russ's hackles are up. He's just like spitting.
I'll fight him. I will
You guys
fight
should
him.
fight. You guys should
Clip it. Anyone here, Joe Rogan? I will fucking fight you for Jose Escamilla and the whole concept
sure.
of housing's honor.
He's gonna be riled up when he hears that, and he's gonna respond.
Look, you already riled me up because I'm riled and god damn it.
It's okay.
Russell Ryan. I said his name backwards.
Got me riled up.
That there's a general area where the water is.
Yeah.
And there's some dude with his cell phone in the corner going, watch this. Okay, watch. He's like, I think it's right here.
But
and he
it's
does the thing.
It's
But
a
I've-
time-honored practice.
But I've seen it. I've seen
Yeah.
it. I've seen it done where like he's just walking around. All of a sudden, it just goes down. Like, oh,
Really?
Let's go here. Yeah.
How the fuck can that possibly be
I
real?
don't know. It's good.
Here it is. Here's this guy.
It's called water witching.
Oh, well, it's witchcraft. Look at this guy. Fuck this guy.
All right.
Okay. I mean,
See,
I feel what
I
he's
took-
saying, though. Honestly, I do feel that. Like when you look at them, sometimes you do. Like your first thought is just like,
Fuck this guy.
"Fuck this guy."
It really
Yeah.
depends
It's
on the
true.
individual, yeah.
But even me, even us, like doing this show, like we're not immediately like, oh, let's watch this guy. Yeah, fuck this guy. Let's watch this. We give the people the chance to fucking give people a chance.
Yeah, that's true. I usually give him a chance before I say, okay, fuck him.
That's true. But Joe Rogan's an old man.
What about this? Come on, Joe Rogan. Yeah, fuck this guy. All right, it's not a
He's an old man. He's he's had this conversation. This is only like our 4th or 5th time talking about dowsing for way too long. He's had this conversation. Imagine how many hours this dude has probably talked about dowsing. He talks for
That's his
5
fault.
hours per episode.
He didn't have to talk that long. He didn't have to make a fucking 4-hour long podcast over like every fucking topic. So that's his problem for talking about it for so long.
I'm just saying, like, you got to remember who you're dealing with here.
Cost-wise to get started in this.
It's a crotchety old man.
Yeah.
Whatever. In your stupid hat. Let's go.
I'm looking at the way he's moving his hands. Fuck her too. She's full of shit too. Look at him. Oh, I'm not even controlling this. Right here. See it? See it? The fuck out of here with that.
And as you can see, my rods
That's
are crossed.
nonsense. That's like 3-card money.
Hey,
Guy's an asshole.
I've drilled 4 wells and they've all been 4
Maybe
for 4.
we should just try to drill.
Boom. 4 wells, 4 for 4. Maynard sticking up for the Dowsers. He's like, well, fuck you, Joe Rogan. You know what the fuck you're talking about, you fucking druggie. I watched you fucking suck on a bong cock the whole fucking time before we started this.
Well,
Why should I believe anything you fucking say?
Let's not talk bad about bongs.
All right, apologies to bongs, but you're not out there
But it's just like
talking
for
as
him to
much
shut his
shit.
mouth by sticking a bong in it. Instead of like, hey, shove a cock in it. Hey, why don't you shove a fucking bong in it, dude? Get higher. But anyway, I think that, the way Maynard's energy is just like, oh, well, it's that whole thing that Rob was saying earlier about like, let people do what they want. It's the people who are attention seeking and like trying to sensationalize stuff and who have like a weird ulterior motive. Those are the ones you need to shit on. But people are just doing their own thing and it works for them. Shut up.
Ain't hurting nobody.
Yeah. Maynard. Look, I got way more respect for Maynard and his body of work than fucking Joe Rogan.
Hell yeah.
Any day. I want that Maynard wine. And he said 4 for 4. He's like, yeah, I brought Dowsers on 4 for 4. We got the water. Drink the wine, motherfucker. We turned water into wine. We did it.
Well out of the fucking blue. Just flip
Just
a
somewhere.
coin. Yeah, 10 paces right here. Bam. Oh, look, a well. We're under a network of wells.
Yeah. Joe Rogan.
The only thing I worry about wells is every movie where there's bad people, they always throw the bodies in a well. Like the
ours
Quentin
is
Tarantino.
You can't really fit the body down that.
That's a good move.
8-inch casing.
It's like 2 movies. There's like a couple of movies where someone goes, the Goonies go in a well, but for different, whatever. This is not that much of a
No, it's more like a true crime. That's like a true crime thing that you come across every once in a while. People, they get
every once in a while.
Wow.
Yo, hit the like button, everybody.
I'm so tired. You guys have no idea.
Hey, go from $5 to $10. Hit the like button on Patreon.
I think that joke was worth it alone.
I was definitely. If you back that up, please do it. I will see it and I'll love it. All right, let's hear more from Maynard.
You did well.
Oh, thanks.
But you can try. I mean,
those people that
have yourself a little meat grinder or some hogs, I guess you're good.
Do you remember the well baby, the kid that fell down the well? It took like days to get him out. And they got
Baby
him out.
Jessica.
Yeah. It was her, right? Yeah, I said him.
I'm old, I remember this shit.
And she eventually became like a hot broad.
Here's another
guy doing it. Jesus fucking Christ, Joe Rogan. Look, I'm 30. I don't even say shit like I would never be like, you think Baby Jessica's hot? Like, it's like, he's a fucking creep. Look at him.
Yeah, this is the shit that makes me like hate him. But then the reason that I'm ambivalent about him overall is that I have heard certain just like snippets or whatever where he'll have a decent point or will be open-minded to something and somebody changes his mind about something he was staunchly against before. So I'm like, okay, he's just that fucking cocky piece of shit. But
yeah, this is him in his element. This is him just I'm just riffing. I got Maynard here. I'm gonna be like, Baby Jessica. The things I would do. Like, Jesus
he thinks
Christ.
He's so cool. Yeah, that's
I don't know. It came off very scummy the way he said it. And
super fucking scummy, man.
Look on his face right now really is like,
it's
that's me saying
any way to say that.
I'll never feel scummy again. Like, I really won't. Like, I feel like
right,
very virtuous, and I've got my rods. I'm ready to do it. Let's do it.
He's calling this called a dowser. It might be multiple names.
Look at his sweater. I'm not listening to this guy
He
ever.
has a bottle of water on the ground, and he's like proving.
Well, how about we put a bottle of water where he doesn't know where it is? You assholes.
blind him, right?
Look, he's moving his arms. This guy's a dipshit. He's like the worst magician ever.
What is his show? Why can't he actually show whatever fucking videos?
Jamie's failing us. Jamie's failing everybody.
This is a super fail. Yeah. This is terrible.
Yeah.
How are we?
You can't react to something that you can't see.
I would say, how are we better than Joe Rogan? But it's not very hard, it seems.
I mean, he makes all the money though, so he's doing something right. But whatever.
Fuck him.
No, literally like moving his arm. Nothing under my sleeve and presto. Watch his hands. Fuck you. Fuck you, Melvin. John Baker, professional dowser, professional hoser. He's a hoser, this guy.
Yeah.
John, if you're listening, I'm sorry. This is comedy. I'm sure you're real.
Own it.
Oh, this is comedy? Oh.
Ha 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 ha. Hey, we're having a good time here.
We're just goofing.
Yeah, we're just new boot goofing on this guy. It's all good.
I'm sure what you're doing is real, bro. Let me see. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
See your hands,
What?
asshole.
Oh, Jesus. Look at it. It's moving down with my... Coincidentally, my hands are thrusting down at the same time. Yeah. Nonsense. He's a professional dowser.
What's the name of the religion? They have the snakes that bite them in the face.
Pentecostals.
Maybe he's one of those.
I ain't know
Yeah,
that.
those are my favorite. Those are the folks that talk in tongues.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Pentecostals talk in tongues. I'm thinking I'm conflating them. I don't think they necessarily are the snake handlers.
Well, I was raised Southern Baptist, and we did some tongues.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Samalama ding dong.
Yep.
Did you do that?
Like that one.
I feel like I'm just watching
Damn
the
it.
show.
Damn, no, it's almost over. I should actually clip that Samalama Ding Dong. It's pretty funny. Yeah, they're like, I don't know, what are those crazy church snake people? Like, I don't know, Pentecostals, but whatever, who cares? What that has to do with dowsing? I have no idea. They're just going off now. Maynard has to feel uncomfortable. I like Maynard a lot because
You can tell by his body language. I've done that many times on our own video streams.
Where do you feel, Rob? You like are you a Maynard fan? You like Tool?
Yeah, they're cool. Tool's cool.
If you're down with
What was his other band? Was it Perfect Circle?
Yeah.
That's what he's wearing. I think that's
all
a
very
very
like
shirt.
goth emo, like
Yeah, it's
sex
unpopular opinion, but I do like a Perfect Circle, like overall much more than Tool, just because of like the song length. Like sometimes I just don't
Need
have
those
the time and
10-minute
energy.
songs. Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes I do have the time, and then it's fucking sick. But
Yeah, that was what Rage Against the Machine musicians with him as a singer, right? Is that what Perfect Circle was, or am I wrong?
no, yeah, that's not it.
I'm thinking of
Stereo Wave or whatever they were called.
Thinking of
Audio Slave.
Audio Slave. Stereo Wave, is that what I called it? I was close.
Audio Slave is Chris Cornell and Tom Morello and
There you go. And the boys.
and the Venga Boys.
Hey, look, he's got a great little expression. Like we could do. Like,
I know that's
he's
exactly,
doing
yeah.
it. He's literally
He's
doing it.
Get him. Right.
Get him. Somebody get him. Get him. All right. Let's finish this. It's not too much longer.
I didn't say it like that because that would be a sin.
Do you know what's his name? Is it Robert Paulson?
I never said
Is that the guy? He's like the slick back hair preacher. He does that.
Robert Paulson is the guy from Fight Club. His name was Robert Paulson, right? He's got Joe Rogan's brain is so fucking fried. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
He'll just be in the middle of talking about Jesus
Robert
and-
Tilton.
That's right, Robert
He's
Tilton.
amazing.
He has my
That's
one
Bible.
One of my all-time
Yeah, he
favorite
freaks
quotes. Every time you write a check to me, Satan gets a black eye.
Wow.
That's what he
You
said.
have the farting preacher video?
That's him.
Yeah.
I would just be ready to okay, as you can see. That's the end of them talking about dowsing. I'm not getting any fucking deeper into Joe Rogan. Anyway,
I mean, you're pretty far up there already, so
Thank you.
pretty far in.
all right, I'm sparing you, Rob.
Oh,
I'm sparing the Rob and
Spoiling
the child here. Something like that. Is that how it goes?
Spoiling the children who are our viewers. I don't know.
Spare
But
the Rob, spoil the
beer. What was so? Why did we watch that just to get angry at him?
I don't know. It was him. It was just someone going off on dowsing again, and it wasn't as good as Amazing Randy. I feel like Amazing Randy had the, but I didn't want to ignore Joe Rogan. The fact that Joe Rogan has gone against Jose Escamilla on the rods and dowsing rods. He's just hardcore against rods, and I'm not going to forget it. And I haven't forgotten my role in all this, that I do need to defend dowsing. Fuck, I made my own dowsing rods out of coat hangers in a cave, whatever. What is the line, Rob? The Iron Man line?
You made it with scraps in a cave. Yeah. You made it with scraps in a cave like Iron Man.
Exactly. And Caves and Graves is coming soon. And where I make things in caves out of things I find in graves. That's going to be the show.
Mhm.
Thanks, everyone.
That.
We just hit. Man, whoa! Look, somehow this ended up being 2 hours talking about.
Somehow, yeah.
Somehow, we talked a lot about dowsing. Hopefully, you like dowsing.
Just magic happens.
I'm into dowsing now. I think I love it, and this has been a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the show. I'm gonna find a song to get us out on, and we can go. Rob, plug something. You love plugging things.
Plugging dowsing rods. You can make them today. Make them on your own. Go grab a hanger. I don't know. Grab a hanger. Grab a couple hangers. cut them up, go out, have some fun dowsing, and it's pretty cheap, and it's a good way to get out there and get some fresh air.
Meet some new people.
Yeah. Go, or you know who I actually
stay away from people. Get far away from people and do it. That's what you're supposed to do.
I know who I want to plug. Actually, I'd like to plug the Northwest Dutch Oven Society. Check them out.
Very true. I want to be at the next Dutch Oven convention. I want to be, at least get one of the primo spots under that giant bed they all have together.
Dude, they're freaking parties.
Thank you, everyone, for supporting the show. We're out of here. I'm going to play our old buddy playing Hot Dog Dick, and we're going to get out.
You don't need to pick up a gun to fight for something. You need to pick up your mouth. You need to pick up your brain and read a book.
Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you, everyone.
The year was 1979. I was young back then and had plenty. An underground military base. Didn't really know where I was gonna go, and then I wound up in Dowsing, New Mexico. We were building the structure deep underground. When we cracked through a wall, heard a buzzing sound. On the other side, couldn't say what it is. We were swarmed by a horde of gray aliens. So I took my pistol, shot one in the face, killed a few more than the Green Berets. Stepped in, but there were too many to take. Then I saw special forces get evaporated. It was looking grim, the gray aliens killed right around all 60 men. I wasn't one of them. Somehow I lived, even though they
opened me up like a fish.
So I couldn't run, but I couldn't linger, couldn't fight, they blew off my fingers. I owe my life to the Green Beret that died that day so that I could escape. My name is Phil Schneider, I'm a survivor, the Dowsing Wars. Listen, I'm not a liar, I only speak truth. I am not wrong, and my dick is split in half like a hot dog. My name is Phil Schneider, I'm a survivor, the Dowsing Wars. Listen, I'm not a liar, I only speak truth. I am not wrong, and my dick is split in half like a hot dog. Some time passed and my contract ended.